Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience and welcome back to my channel, stand-up comedian and the Traitors US on Peacock. Super fan Joleen Lunzer here to roast and recap the latest episode of The Traitors, episode 6, Dirty Dan. Dirty Dan, what an episode. Hello, everyone joining me live. You guys, I have been ill, and I am recovering. So thank you for understanding why my live streams have had to be moved and moved back. And I'm really trying to get well and hydrate and rest and medicate. And it's one of my ears just clogged again. So I apologize for the sniffling. I apologize for the voice. However, this is the best my voice has been in weeks. So as I recoup from this upper respiratory infection, sinus infection, all the things, I just want to thank you guys for being such sweeties. I know my head is like a mess. This sickness has got me. I am so sorry. I just saw that as I was going live on my channel. I can see the Sip and Key StreamYard, and I'm like, why is Sip and Key live? I was supposed to move that live to Saturday, and I didn't because I can barely get out of bed. So sorry. I'm so glad that Busy tell Busy I'm sorry. Someone go over there and tell Busy I'm sorry. Tell Busy to come over here and I'll drop the link for him and we can talk about Traitors. But I did not see, I didn't see his text. I think he did text message me too. I was taking a shower. Okay, what's going on with this live? Can we move it back? Whoops. Sorry, Busy. Yeah. So, okay, you guys smash that like. We're going to talk about Traitors. Invite Busy over here. I will drop a link. I'll make it up to Sip and Key, I promise. I got my Traitors headband on. So Busy Blue text me. You guys tell him in the chat if you don't mind just being our go-between. Oh my goodness. So hit that like. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes. Let's do it up big. Subscribe, you guys. We are on our way to 37K, which is great. I do have a goal of getting to 44,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is February 17th. That's like 15 days. So I don't know if that's doable, but who knows? Who knows? What we do over here is we roast, we recap, we take a comedic look at everything we cover, this being the Traitors. If you want to support further, you can always do what Jamie B does, become a member of the channel or become a member of my Patreon. You can also send a super chat while we're live like Chickenhead PK Neely did, and I'll read your comment, and it's a great way to support. Chickenhead says, you sound great. Take it easy. We got you. You guys are seriously so sweet. I really appreciate your understanding. I hate being sick, especially this time of year because we have new Vanderpump. We have Traitors going on right now. There's just so much good television and content, and I want to like hit the live constantly. Evelyn, thank you so much for the super chat. Evelyn says, so happy to see you, Jolene. I just want you to get better. You sound a bit better. Hope it continues. I hope it continues too. I hope it continues too. Am I wearing base makeup? I don't know what that means, but I am wearing makeup today. Update on Nana. Nana's doing so fantastic. She's doing all her exercises. She has her new knee. I will tell you, her new knee has that fresh new knee smell. So she's killing it. She's actually going to be out here with me February 26th. So I'm going to see her in a couple weeks. So we'll definitely go live and she can update you herself. But right now she's just kind of resting. It was a big surgery, getting a knee replacement. I mean, her knee was bone on bone and it was fractured. So, and she had been walking around with that because she's so Midwestern. She's like, I just don't want to complain. And I'm like, Nana, you're not complaining. You legit have a medical issue. Yeah, but I just don't want to be a complainer. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Steven, yes, I will never forgive Barbara for forcing Jamie B. Happy birthday today, my fellow Aquarian. My mind is so off. I should already know it's your birthday. I don't even think I've checked Instagram today. You guys put all your birthday love out there for Jamie B. Oh my God, moderator extraordinaire, friend to all, Jamie B, the man, the marijuana non-myth, the legend. Yes, Jamie B, happy birthday to you, sir. I hope it is the best ever. We love you so much and we appreciate you and everything you do and everything you are. You are our favorite. I mean, Jamie B. I don't have too many dude moderators. So if you're a dude and you're a moderator, you're special. You're special. Okay. So, and Jamie B, I think, is the OG dude moderator. Christopher LaPlante. Happy birthday. You said your birthday was yesterday. Okay, cool. Yes, happy birthday, Jamie. Aquarius and petty as fuck. All right, we got to get into it. We got lots of stuff to look at. Yeah, my first, because I didn't let dudes. I was like, no. You're not gonna come in here and trash up this live. No offense, all offense, men. You know, I like ya, but I just wanted it very over-eccentric in my moderator womb. So Jamie B, he really had to win me over. And I was like, I believe in Jamie B. So, and Jamie B's been with me for so long. I mean, I'm surprised he can still stand me, but he does. I think he's here mostly for Nana. I think most people are. So, oh my goodness. All right, we got to get into it, you guys. Traitors. I didn't even get to talk about the Janelle episode. I'll talk about that just a little briefly, okay? Episode 5 of Traitors, we saw Janelle go, which was obviously a huge hit to my heart. Why can't we ever get Janelle, you know, winning? I mean, we have seen her in the finals on Big Brother before, but never in those final 2 chairs. We've seen her in final 3. So it was hard to watch Janelle go. It was hard to watch Dirty Dan turn on Janelle, but thus the game, and it is Traitors, so I hold nothing against either of them. But that was a rough one. I was very proud of Janelle for, like, you know, outing what she knew and going up against Dan and all of that. And I did like the little confrontation between Sandra and Janelle. I was like, oh my God, Janelle, are you sure you want to be talking to Sandra like that? I think even Janelle was a little like, well, you too, bitch. You know, I think even Janelle was like, I don't know if I really want to be saying this to Sandra. I'm going to do it, but I don't know if it's the right thing to do. But shout out to Queen Janie. Oh my gosh. I watched the Traitors postmortem, and Janelle's just like, these Bravo housewives don't even know what the fuck's going on. You know, in true Janelle fashion. Either you love Janelle or you hate Janelle. You know, everything I say is true in these live streams, roasts and recaps, except for the parts that are false. Everything is for entertainment purposes only and alleged. Okay. I know, drink that water. So we saw Janelle go, and she's like, I'm a traitor. I'm a faithful, you idiots. And then Janelle was sent packing. All right. So, but however, you guys, I'm sorry, but if you're not watching Traitors, please do yourself a favor. It is like it's almost like the perfect competition show. It's so fun. Okay. So I was shocked to find out that Peter, okay, Mr. Peter from what is it? The Bachelor, the guy that had sex in a windmill. I'm sorry. Nobody told me he was going to be smarty for the party. Nobody told me that. So excuse me, you guys. I'm so sorry if I cough into the. I know that's disgusting. I apologize. Let me share this little cartoony. So Peter from Survivor from Bachelor. I had no idea who this dude was. Right. I think when I did the cast, assessment, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? No idea who he was. And I honestly, I had such little hopes for him and Bergie, such tiny hopes. I was such a doubter. I was a doubting Thomas. I was such a shitty shit. I was like, who are these guys? Oh my God. I was wrong about my Bergie assessment. Bergie, come to find out, he's from damn Minnesota. Hello, Team Minnesota. Thank you, Savannah Marie. Also, you guys, Savannah Marie has a huge successful YouTube channel, but Savannah, I just watched her most recent video. Go sub to her, check her out. If you guys are into like people taking like a documentary journalistic approach, look at MLMs, cults, calling things out, bad YouTubers out, things like that. Savannah Marie's channel is so entertaining. It was great to have Savannah Marie's channel when I was sick, because man, it was good and bad, because I needed to go to sleep, but I was like, I need to listen to the rest of this interview. She does such great videos. She gets tons of views, and she's just killing it. And she exposes people in such a, I would say, like, nice way, because she is very, my sick brain isn't working right now, but she isn't, she sees it from all sides. It's a very non-biased perspective. So very different from me. I'm so biased. Like I'm the most biased piece of bias that ever biased. So Yeah, check out Savannah and check out her most recent video. So like riveting, interesting, disgusting, all these, a whole world of YouTube things that I never knew about. It's not like the little YouTubers that we cover for Sipping Key. It's like big time people, and also MLMs and cult stuff and all that. It's really great. Sean says the Minnesota reality stars have not been disappointing. Minnesota, I'm sorry, is kind of where it's at. We feel ourselves. We really do. Even though I don't live there, we really feel ourselves. Okay, so I did not expect anything from Bergie. Bergie is a beautiful little pumpkin spice baby, and I want him to be a part of the lean team. He's so adorable, and he just looks like a farm. I love him. Okay, and then Peter. Who knew Peter? Miss Diamond says Joleen equals sweet and biased. Oh, Miss Diamond, you're so nice. You're so nice. But freaking Peter, I was like Bachelor. Like I look down on Bachelor so badly. I'm such a horrible person. I do, and I apologize because I know there's some good ones that sneak into the Bachelor Nation, and I also don't know a lot about it. But this Peter, I should have known. If you can talk a lady into giving it up in a windmill, you must be okay. Like you must not okay as a person, but you must have some strategy, some game, if you will. Because if someone tried to talk me into doing the hanky panks in a windmill, I'd be like, first of all, why are we in a windmill? Are we in Deutschland? Like, why are we here? Am I Dutch? What is happening? What is a windmill? And also, no. I need comfort. No. That sounds like I'm going to get a sliver, and I don't like slivers. Okay. In places that are going to be very hard to get out. I did not ditch Busy. Sorry, Busy. I'm gonna drop the link for you right now. He knows how I am. Okay, so I totally let me invite Busy. I'm gonna drop the link. I love it how he comes in the chat and like, drop the link, lady. You got it, sir. You got it, friend. So I was so shocked that Peter pulled off this plan. Okay, link has been dropped for Busy Blue. You guys put your B's in the chat for Busy Blue, and putting up with my sick ass. Okay, when Peter comes up with this plan, he's like, okay. Trishelle and Bergie, don't tell anyone that you got the safety shield last episode. We will all just say the people that were out there being Janelle and Peter and Bergie and Trishelle and then Sheree. I don't even know if it was Sheree, whoever, two other people, right? And then I'm going to go around and I'm going to tell 3 people I think might be traitors, being CT, Parvati, and Dan. That or did he get who got the yeah. Did he okay, I'm bringing Busy up because my brain's not working. All right, let me see if I can hold on. I can't see you yet. What am I doing here? Boom boom. Hi, friend.
Let me tell you something, you rubbery faced Donald Trump leathery ass. How dare you? How dare you? And you had people contacted me left and right. You know what I'm going through. I'm sitting here trying to rest. I'm sitting here trying to rest, get my sleep. Burly, because then I had people calling me. I had people texting me. Tay the Bay, he out there getting his prescription unchanged because of this stress.
Oh no.
His eye prescription is changed.
He lost his vision.
Yes, because of all of this. He called me. He's like, I know you're resting and you really need this rest, but are you and Joleen supposed to be doing something there for? And I was like, oh my gosh, she didn't start. I thought she was gonna go without me because we talked last night. But okay, look, she's done something without me. So I'm gonna just do it without her. And then people were DMing me, and they was like, hello, we're waiting. So I was like, you know what? She's probably resting. I know she's sick. Let me get up. Let me go.
You're such a good
all of a
friend.
sudden, I get on live. And I get your notifications on my phone. And I even said on the live, I know that this Twitch notification didn't just say that, Joleen.
Oh, you only have me notified on Twitch?
Well, that's
I bet only because you don't know how to turn it off.
No, it only comes first. That's the one that always comes first. And it's purpley, like you can't miss it.
I know. I do love the Twitch colors.
Yeah. So I was like, I know this did not just say she went live. So what your job is to do now is to change this thumbnail to what's to come, because I told them things that we're going to be talking about, and I'm making you make promises. I'm making promises that you have to keep, because I watched that damn show. All episodes.
I only watched one episode. I'm so sorry. So I talked to Busy last night on the phone. We had a nice conversation. Chella made me homemade chicken wild rice soup, because it's like a Minnesota, wonderful meal. And then I was like, I'm going to change the live we had talked about Saturday. And then I went to bed and was basically in bed until recently, got up, took care of the dog, showered. Then I go to my StreamYard and I see the Sip and Key StreamYard. I'm like, why Sip and Key live? And I was like, oh, I forgot to move it. But it was too late because I already had a live scheduled. So I was like, you know what? I know Busy, my number one friend, will hold it down for me, and I will apologize later. And he'll forgive me because I'm adorable.
Well, I don't know about any of the last part. I know how you are, but I know I wanted to be able to be upset. So it just worked out in both of our favors.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll talk about the what is it again?
It's called American Nightmare.
American Nightmare on Netflix.
Let's do it tomorrow, like later. Then I promised them that we'll do a
members
only about what's going on with the other bras. And they're still
court case.
Yeah. And then I told them I'm gonna tell the story time, leaving some pieces out, about what happened to me on Wednesday.
Oh,
and
yes, you have to.
How crazy it was. I don't know if I should make that let's do
that's a members.
It's some members, but which one do we have? We have the messy and we have the not messy, which they don't really get much, so maybe I'll give it to them. But I mean, it kind of was messy, so like literally it was mess everywhere. So I told him that we'll talk about those 3 things.
Okay, well, thank you for holding it down for me. I apologize, and I am very grateful that to have you, friend. And I assume that you're also all caught up on the Traitors.
Oh, I'm not talking about anything with you today. I just came over to cut you out.
Yes, you will. You know you want to. You love that show.
I didn't say I didn't want to. I'm just I'm in my feelings.
Work through your Pisces feelings as we talk about the Traitors.
Okay, I'll sit here.
Okay, and you sit there and look pretty, and then
you sit there and look like you look
gorgeous. I know. I know really what you mean about me. Okay, how do I? Oh, stupid StreamYard. Okay, so what did you ever expect Peter to have such a plan as he did? I didn't even think about that after watching one season of Traitors.
So yes. One, I really do like Peter. Like I like literally.
Me too. You want to do it in a windmill with him, like him.
I mean, if he did it on the windmill on that show, I do. I want to do it too. Somebody said, "Are we both sick?" I think. Well, my body is out of whack because I just came from where I was. What happened to me? So I don't think I'm sick. I think my body's just adjusting now. Also, I think I'm losing brain cells because I got hit.
And you're talking to me, and I for sure am.
It's coming through. It's coming through
from inside the stream. It's coming from inside the stream, my friend. Yeah, we're both basically sick. So yeah. But so you have like a crush on, like, at first I was like, oh, Peter, I put him in the Kevin category, bathtub Kevin. I was like, take a bath, and Kevin's always doing this, flicking his hair back, and I'm like, okay, Kevin, go sit down with your pleather jacket.
Name right.
It's like, go sit down with your pleather jacket, Kevin. But Peter,
but it was a good scheme. It was a good scheme that Todd set up to come to them.
Who the hell's Todd?
It was a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the. Jolie, you don't know that?
Is that a reference? A pop culture reference?
Everybody put it in the comments if you know it, and I mean everybody. But yeah, it was. I thought it was a good scheme. I can't understand how you don't understand that.
Oh, it's Housewives.
Yes.
You mean Candy's husband, Todd?
Yes.
And who said it?
Aunt Bertha.
Mama Joyce. Oh, on Bertha. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Miss T, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Lake said, who's Todd? We're like, who the fuck is Todd?
Never mind.
We're all of us. One of these dogs just farted. So I know my sense of smell's coming back. But but it was good because it was basically telling the traitors, or who he thought were the traitors, that they weren't going to say who won the shield. But then he went and told them that he won the shield. Right?
You know what? Yes, but what frustrated me about that whole scheme is that it put Janelle in, because y'all know I'm Janelle's. If she had enough room up there, I promise you, I'll purchase real estate. I will buy 3 homes and I would live up in her ass. I love Janelle so much. And
Well,
if
she
I
sells the
could,
real estate.
I would. Well, she needs to put somewhere the sun don't shine, and I promise you, I will live in darkness forever. I think they do that in Canada for a while. So, oh no,
Isn't that
Alaska.
Alaska?
Yeah, in
Oh my
Alaska for a while.
God.
So I'll do it. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Sorry, I don't like Peter. I have the people's name wrong. I didn't think Peter
You
would
like
be.
Bergie.
I think I like Bergie. Let me see. Bergie is.
Burgalicious? You like Burgalicious? Burgalicious.
I don't see it. Bergie.
Little Berg, he's from Minnesota too.
Ew. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't think I would like people from.
Don't say ew.
Hold on.
Don't say ew. Good God.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is Bergie. Whoever was the one. Yeah, I think it is Bergie from Love Island.
Okay, Bergie's from Love Island. Yes. So they said, so Peter is this little guy that's Peter, the windmill.
Oh,
He had sex
yes.
in a
Never
windmill.
mind. I do like him.
Yep. I knew it. Okay. So Peter's big plan, and he's like, all right. And he tells a lot of the faithful, he's like, this is how we're going to suss out a traitor. Because if they put up either Bergie or Trishelle, right, then they'll know. And I'm just like, oh shit. This is gonna get good. And so Dan, Bergie had said in episode 5 when Janelle went home that I'm gonna write your name down, Dan. Like, I do believe you're a traitor. Like, your name is on my chalkboard. And so Dan's like, I gotta get rid of Bergie. And they're like, but what if Peter's lying? And he's like, no, we gotta get rid of Bergie. So they murder Bergie, only busy for Bergie to show up at BFast. And look at Dan. I mean, I can't wrap my head around the fact that Dan Funeral Giesling got outplayed by a guy who banged someone in a windmill on The Bachelor.
I love that for him. I love that for him. Look at his eyes sunk into his head. Literally, he's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he poor Dan. He was like, I'm screwed. And I still think,
Oh my God, does he have baby teeth?
No, I think it's just like the way I
okay.
did the cartoon version of it. It kind of distorts their faces. But I do love the way that Dan played and how he did recognize. He also did a press conference I'm going to have to take a look at during this live on his channel. But I love how he admitted that, like, he didn't play as aggressive as he needed to. And even though he's good at Big Brother, that doesn't necessarily always translate over to Traitors, because we saw Sari played a flawless Traitors game, and Dan's game was clunky as hell. I mean, I think what Dan's major downfall, and put in the chat what you guys think and let me know, Busy, is that he underestimated these people.
He underestimated these people, one, but two, also, he just, the same tricks you do in Big Brother, you can't do those tricks here and not feel like, well, I don't know, because in Big Brother, he was this distrusting, caring, like that translates over to the show. So I don't understand how he messed up so much. You know what? I think really messed him up was it Bergie, who was like, now I know what's up. And once old boy came into the room, now I understand what's going on here. Okay, let me tell you what my plan was. Okay, so these are the people, okay, that I told, and it was these 3. okay. And I think that he was like, oh, so we playing like that.
Yep.
Oh, so let's do Dan's funeral all over again. Oh, this what we doing? Oh, okay, I got something for y'all.
You know what I also think too? What worked for Dan in the past isn't going to work for Dan going forward. Not only because people know about Dan and even Phaedra. I love how Phaedra just stayed with the propaganda too. Two-time Big Brother winner, and he's like almost. And she kept saying that. Probably, maybe she did think that, but she's a good enough lawyer to know. And I'm just going to keep saying that because, well, I mean. We're not talking about her real life lawyerdom. I don't know about that, but Phaedra is
one of TV.
Killing it on this show. And I think for Dan, it's not only that people know kind of his resume, those that were smart enough to, look into it, but I think it's that what worked for him when he was younger ain't gonna work for 40-something-year-old Dan. It's that kind of like kid, like playback. Now you're looking at a grown-ass man with kids and dark circles under his eyes, like we all get as we get older. Do you know what I mean? Like what worked for me going cute isn't going to work for me now at almost 44 years old. And I think Dan's game he couldn't, when he sat back and was quiet as a youngster, it was looked upon differently as like this cute young guy. Not saying Dan's not attractive, but there is something to be said for now when he's quiet, people are like, he's creepy. I don't remember anyone ever calling Dan creepy, but now they're like, oh, he's like a serial killer over there in the corner. Like,
I wonder why is Janelle always targeted first? Like immediately the girls are like, it has to be her. Immediately it has to be her. But he gets to slide through and he's won games. But she hasn't, and the girls are like, oh, well, no.
Busy. Welcome to being a woman. Welcome to being a woman with tits and an opinion. Welcome to the world, sir. Explain that. Every woman in the chat, put your tits in the chat because that happens every day, every way. You're like, you keep electing these dudes and they're fucking shit up. And they're like, but don't let a lady get in there because she'll really ruin the world. And we're like, but we haven't even tried yet. You're like, nah, we had one of you that was like a speaker or something. And I don't know. Even the ones that don't get their periods anymore. No.
No. It just really frustrates me. Like, how was Janelle out before him? Like, he's won games before. He literally has won games before. And y'all taking her out?
And it's like, you could tell Janelle was a faithful. Janelle was going so hard for the, safety shields and stuff. But I think even for Janelle, you do have to shift your game a little bit because these other reality stars aren't necessarily going to be on the same page with you going for your own immunity. You know, the Survivor people, they get it. They're like, oh yeah, but if you're coming from the world of The Bachelor or Bravo, they're like, oh, you are selfish. And so the other women saw her as selfish and overly aggressive. Now, would that be said about a guy? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
So. I think she should have aligned herself with the Bravo girls because she fits right in. She fits right in. And if she would have just started immediately being like, I'm really with y'all. I've tried these other people before and they've kicked me out. They don't like me. It's not gonna work. Oh, nice jacket, Phaedra. Like, oh, and that jacket that Janelle was wearing during the girl, what is it? I can't wear it. I guess I can wear whatever I want to wear. It's a free country.
Yeah, you can wear whatever you want.
I love that jacket. Oh, I love that jacket.
She was very Chanel'd out.
It was. I knew
very Chanel. Very Chanel.
Okay, back to this old man. He looks like Dr. Mr. Scrooge.
Don't do Dan dirty like that.
His parents did.
So look at Parvati too. It's just like, oh my God, Bergie. So they now know we got played somehow because Bergie comes into breakfast and he's like, hey guys, I got an immunity shield. I love Bergie. He's just like, hey guys, what's up? I got an immunity shield. I was on Love Island. I'm from Minnesota. I love hot dish. And so he gets his immunity shield and look at Dan's face. It's just
they were like, what is this?
Yeah, they just were not prepared for that to happen. Then Peter's like, shit. And CT's like, oh my God. CT, did you hear the rumors that CT and Phaedra are like hooking up?
Yes. But I think Phaedra's really pushing that out. Every interview that she does, she's talking about how much she loves him. That's her baby bear. That's her Buki. That's her, like, she really loves him. And then we see them out a lot.
I love them together. I want it to be real. Put it in the chat if you guys love it.
I mean, what a
Busy, you're too anti-Phaedra. You gotta build a bridge from Roa.
Who said this was against Phaedra? I have no problem with Phaedra.
CT.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, girl, I mean, do what you need to do. He gonna move to Atlanta and live with y'all.
Would you love to see? Oh my God, CT on Married to Medicine or bring back to Housewives?
Girl, you have to get off the show. He's not a doctor. He's not even a chiropractor, girl.
He's a doctor, a dick.
You'll have to get off the show. You think you can bring him over Housewives of Atlanta? You're bringing him out there down there to where those people be shooting up at. Where Freddie, you'll be taking those pictures. You gonna take him out there? Okay, bring CT. God. Give him a new life. Show him new things.
I would love to see CT on one of these shows. El Michelle says, "Why is he drawn like he's balding?" I don't know. I put it through an app that makes it cartoonized, and that's just...
no, y'all.
We're all thinning.
Episode. He used to look like that when he had that spiky hair.
Dan, yeah. I mean, it's we're all getting older. It's just that's part of
I'm
life.
talking about when he was like 12 on Big Brother.
Oh yeah, he was 12 on Big Brother. Look at Peter. He was like, checkmate, bitch. And Trishelle coming in with her outfits that she said we're gonna outdo Peppermint with her ribbon sweater. I am enjoying Trishelle, but I think it's the outfit thing always. She makes me laugh with her outfits. And then, Phaedra. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Burgerlicious is safe. Oh,
yes, God, my Burgerlicious.
My Burgerlicious. He be up in the castle, just working on his fitness. Thank you so much. Praise the Lord. Oh my God. And now, this episode, I had so many times I was laughing at Sheree. Sheree is killing it in that she looks great. She can carry, the whole castle if she wanted to, because she's been doing that CrossFit for years. Like, she's so buff. However, Sheree getting the shield, I was like, girl, nobody knows you're there. Nobody cares. Worried about you.
Girl, help with the mission. Let's get more money. Nobody cares.
Sheree does not know what's going on in this whole show. And the fact that she was like, I better get this shield. I'm like,
I gotta get over there fast because the people are on to me. Oh God.
But she is a little comp beast, that's for sure. But when it comes to the strategy, Sheree's like, I don't really know what's happening. Remember when she just had like random rogue votes? She's just like,
what competitions has she won, Steven?
Well, she's just like killing it. I mean, she was killing it on the bird last episode, the bird mission. They were killing it on, weren't they? Maybe. I don't know.
They couldn't read a map.
That's Kevin's fault. That was bathtub Kevin's fault, right? Wasn't he with her?
I just want to know, y'all talking about comp beats. What comp?
She won the shield. Some people play Survivor or the challenge their whole life and never win immunity. She's coming from
a bad outfit. Yes, girl.
Sheree looks so good on Traitors. It's ridiculous.
I don't wear enough blue and yellow.
Right? She needs to bring this fashion into She by Sheree and also into the Housewives. Yeah. For real. It's so good. So, Sheree's just like, there is a man named Bergie here. I had no idea. And so they're interviewing her. She didn't even know. And then Dan's like, wow. And Peter's like, I know it's you, you bastard, you dirty bastard. And Dan's just like, this is a huge risk that I wanted to take to get a big target, and it backfired. And it was kind of refreshing to see Dan get played.
Very much so. It was very much so. And everything, I think what made it so great is that everything that happened to him. Wait, I voted for John. I just
remember when Sheree said that. Sheree, I love how, because you can't have everyone who knows how to play this game. It wouldn't be entertaining. Sheree, I voted for John. I just didn't have enough time.
just not sure. But like, this game is not difficult. First of all, it takes him 40 minutes to go around and talk in circles and tell you all what you're supposed to be doing. It's almost like she's not listening, or she's thinking about She by Sheree talkers. Like, he's walking around. Tonight's the traitor. you all will be like he's doing it around you guys in a circle, telling you exactly. You could be thinking about, okay, who do I think right now? You know, what do you mean you didn't have enough time? What did they give you? I don't even think he says you got 1 minute to decide. Start now. Oh, John, I'm so sorry. I just
and you could ask any questions. They have a full round table, open discussion, and she's just like, "Oh God, sorry, I was sleeping. I was thinking about my prison boo. Like, what is she still trying to get with that? I mean, I don't know what. Poor Sheree. Poor Sheree. But she looks so good. So now Peter's at breakfast being like, here's what I did. I, told you guys a couple people. I leaked it to a couple people and to see if, that I had the shield, even though I didn't, to see what you guys are doing. Sandra's like, oh, you guys are dumb. Like, Sandra has been my comedic relief this entire show. What about you, Busy? Who's been the funniest person on the show to you?
The funniest person to me right now, I guess it would have to be the girl with the beret. Or no, who did they bring back? The housewife.
Oh, Kate.
Yes,
She's
Kate.
Below Deck.
Yeah, I love Kate.
She was Chief Stew on Below Deck for a long time. Kate is the best. Oh my God, she's so great. Now Parvati's like, oh, fucking Dan threw me under the bus, like, or he blew up our game. God. But she's like, I'm a survivor. We will get past this. Here we go. Sandra's like, oh, who did you tell? It wasn't me. Every reaction of Sandra's, I just live for, because she's like, what was it? And she's got the Harry Potter mark on her.
She's Harry Potter. Yeah. You know what?
I love it.
I'm lucky. Dan is lucky about what happened, because you remember the last time the Traitors got together and Phaedra was like, "Fuck with me like that again, I'll punch you in the face, I'll slap you. Don't you dare disrespect me like that." Okay.
Phaedra is
I will come across this what is that? Tunnel or whatever it is. I will come across this thing and slap
this
you.
well.
This
like
well,
stand over a well. I
will come over this well and slap. Don't you dare play me like that. Don't you dare disrespect me, little girl. Do you know who I am? Do you see this box? Don't you dare disrespect me like that. I promise you, Dan is lucky what happened to him, because if he would have had to go over in that well, I thought he would have went down it.
Yep, exactly. Oh man. So, Dan's just like, what? And Sandra's like, oh, tell me. I love how Sandra stirs the pot knowingly. And he's like, and CT's like, well, you told me. So CT's reaction, according to Peter, is like, well, his reaction, he didn't really overly react. He had more of a natural reaction, where Parvati and Dan, Parvati was like itching her neck, like she was like in the Dave Chappelle skit. And then, Dan was just like, wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey guys, I know I've only said 7 words this season, but I mean, I guess you told me, but I'm not a traitor. That's all I can tell you is I'm not a traitor. And Phaedra's like, well, I mean,
they say my name. Let me cut into this steak. Let me give me the sauce.
And Phaedra is just, and you know what really works for Phaedra too is the eyelashes, because there is no possible way that you can make direct eye contact with Phaedra, so she can hide behind these
Peacock on her face.
Yes, and the bangs and everything. So she's just like, oh, let me cut into this steak.
Cut into me, because y'all talking and none of this. Hand me the butter, gras.
So then here comes the wonderful Alan. I mean, Alan in blue too. Oh my God.
I love it.
Bang flip. And he was like, I'm just here to say cryptic things and look wonderful. I just can't get over how pretty Sheree is. So then, they're like, oh my God, Bergie, you're alive. Bergie's like, yeah, I'm alive. I'm a little cutie. I'm a little guy. And so Peter and Bergie are like, we are getting a traitor tonight, because we know it is one of those 3 for sure. And from CT's reaction, I know that it's not him. So I know it's either Dan or Parvati who are acting sus AF. And this is when I think, that's when Peter's like, yeah, I'm dressed in all black, like when I went up and had sex in the windmill. And he's telling MJ and Phaedra, we're getting a traitor tonight. And Phaedra's like, okay.
Oh, yes, my thing is, yes, that's amazing, sweetie.
And I'm like, oh my God, she's
looking like a character out of Mary Poppins.
I love Phaedra's looks too. This Traitors. I just want Phaedra on every season of Traitors for the rest of my life. Her
I
and
be
Kate.
forgetting that. That's the Jersey Shore girl, right?
No,
No,
Shaw's the
who is that?
Sunset.
Oh, Shaw's the
MJ.
Sunset. Yeah.
Mercedes. Yes, MJ. MJ is like, she's good at this too. She has good reads for one of the Bravo peeps. You
She
know.
does.
So Phaedra's like, yeah, I feel bad for Dan and Parvati, but you know, people have to die and they gotta go. And Parvati's like, I am surviving. So then Dan awkwardly walks around the castle in his purple suit with no socks.
What is he
Trying, I don't
doing?
know, paying homage to Prince, trying to listen to stuff. And he's like, purple rain, purple rain. And then Parvati's just like, hey, what's up? Do you want to talk? And little Peter's like, sure. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure it's either you or Dan. So she's like, yeah, but I 100% don't think I'm a traitor. You 100% don't think you're a traitor. So like, you could be a traitor. And he goes, yeah, I guess I could. She's like, oh, okay, well, yeah. So that's my thing. Is it could be you. It's not me. I feel like Parvati went into it not. She didn't have the best conversation with Peter in this scene. You know, like, why aren't you a traitor? He's like, well, I just told you, like, I, put that information out and wanted to see if it would get back and what would happen. And one of you guys or two fell for it. So I'm pretty sure now, I know that you think I'm just like my friend Bathtub Kevin with the pleather jacket, but I'm not. And she's like, oh, okay. All right. But I'm Parvati. So I love Parvati. She's just like,
she's one of my faves.
oh my God, she's like, she's the best. And you know that she's like in a relationship with a stand-up comedian. I forget her name. So she's like come out now, and she's got a girlfriend who's like a famous stand-up comedian.
She's a lesbian?
Yes. She has joined your crew, Busy. You have recruited her.
I always wanted a black widow.
Yes. So, and her girlfriend is adorable. Yeah, Mae Martin. Thank you, Happiness. Very hilarious. So super cute. So End Up says, I want Parvati out. I'm not ready for Parvati to go yet.
A Canadian?
Those Canadians are funny.
Oh, I know who's doing the
doing the
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this one.
Busy's doing the math over there.
He looks like she looks androgynous though, so it can give Justin Bieber, or it can give now who's that man who played the Hobbit? It can give that / if Justin Bieber and the
he's
Hobbit
so
had a
cute.
baby.
Yeah, the Hobbit guy. What's his name? Not Ethan. What is his name?
It is.
No,
it is something Ethan, right?
No.
Who played the Hobbit? We are all up. I know these people are like, why did you bring him over here?
No, you're fun. We're having a good time. I appreciate you being here. I
left what I was doing to come here, so
it was so nice. Elijah Wood, thank you, Shelly.
Elijah Wood, yes. Who's
Shelly
Ethan?
Murray, thank you. I don't know. Hawk.
Maybe she's
maybe. So then Parvati does a subpar conversation with little Peter, the Bachelor, and here comes Dan in his no socks. I hope he has those little socks, because your feet are gonna get so sweaty. And he sits down. He's like, "Hey, man. Hey, yeah, it's gonna be a difficult fight for me. I'm just gonna drink this mini juice, and I know I've been playing too slow. Now I gotta be more aggressive, and I'm gonna do that. So time for being passive is over." And so Dan's like, "Time to take control of the ship." And I'm thinking at this point, Busy, I thought maybe Dan can. He might be able to steer this ship in the right way.
His name for a while.
But against Parvati, I thought he had a chance. Like, I thought they would vote Parvati out, because Peter seemed very, very hell-bent on getting Parvati. And he was leading this charge. No, Busy's like,
Girl,
so,
his name was written on the wall like Destiny's Child. It was like it was too late.
And so, but I loved how Peter just stayed like steadfast. He's like, no, I'm like confident it's your Parvati. So, I mean, you can tell me whatever you want, Dan, but ultimately, like, I know it's you guys. Okay. And Dan's like, wow. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. I did think it was kind of weird that you targeted me and Parvati and told us that information. But I mean, I don't God, I don't know how that would get out. Have you noticed my purple blazer? Like Dan, he was doing a little more than Parvati, but he wasn't doing much better with this conversation
He's talking
at
too
all.
much. I think Parvati was just like, so why? Because you, maybe me. You this show is called Traitors, right?
Parvati's like, so what's up? Do you want to see another headband tomorrow or not? Like, I just need to know
Let's
what's
make
the hat.
the tough decisions. Let's talk about the tough things. What's
Let's do
going
it. And
on?
then Dan's like, he tried to play the like, you know, you're gonna get it wrong and you're gonna feel really bad. And I'm like, I don't think Peter feels bad. He's been on The Bachelor. He's told like a million
Girls,
women,
sorry.
no thanks. Yeah, I know we had sex last night. Did he even pick the windmill girl that he had sex with? I mean, he doesn't care. So he's like, you just promise me. This was so funny. You just promise me, Peter, that you know, when if something does happen to me and you guys do go after me and you find out that I'm a faithful, that, you know, you're not going to take it too hard. I don't want you to take this with you to the grave. I don't want you to, you know, have your whole life thinking about
Oh God, what
how
is
you
gonna be
did
on the
this.
tombstone? I should have never voted for Dan. Girl, get out of here. I don't care. I really don't give a F.
Oh, the windmill was on The Bachelorette. Thank you, Rebecca, for correcting me. So obviously he didn't get picked after the windmill. So the windmill sucks.
Oh well, his season wasn't even good enough to even have a windmill. So I really don't think he can. He's used to getting the bottom of the barrel. He's like, I got it wrong. Is he even with that girl that he picked? Probably not. So then he's like,
the girl did not pick him.
Someone and left them. Do you think I'm gonna be mad if I got it wrong about you?
She said the sex was great. So that means that Peter's walking around with that good dick energy. So he's like, I don't care. I satisfy women in the bedroom. So I don't know. If I'm wrong, Dan, I'm wrong. I'm still gonna leave them satisfied. Maybe not you, but I'm not trying to have sex with you.
And I can go home and the people are talking about it. What is this slick down thing now he's trying? He really just looks like age is just I don't know. I mean, we all gonna get there one day. So y'all talk about me when I get there.
I'm already there, so talk about me.
No, you're not.
Jada said Peter got dumped by Hannah after the windmill. He was a dumpy, not dumper. So you guys are educated. Me and Busy tried to cover The Bachelor. What, 2 seasons? 1 season?
Just 1 season. I watched the
other season. Did the first Black Bachelor?
Which I horribly regret.
It was horrible. That Matt guy.
Horribly regret. And no shade to interracial relationship, but I was like, we finally get a Black Bachelor. And
Michelle.
Back to the white ones
from Minnesota.
I loved the Michelle. Yeah, well, no, he didn't go.
He didn't pick her.
He didn't pick her, and I really thought we was about to get a Black couple, and I was like, yes, Black, we about to win. And then he went with the racist, and I was like, what? We just can't win.
No, it was horrible too, because he was like, you know, Matt was like, I want a woman who just wants a family and has a career and is established. And we were like, oh my God, it's Michelle from Minnesota. She's a teacher. She loves kids. She's, 27. She's perfect. And he's like, I think I'm going to pick the bitch that's 20.
The racist that got the host fired.
Yeah, I'm going to... who doesn't have a job, doesn't know where she's going, and attended. What did she attend? Like antebellum parties or something? Like, I think I'm going to go with her. I was like, so basically everything you just said, you wanted.
Yeah, and you want children with her. She's gonna be like, and then this is mommy at her first antebellum party. Oh, look at me right here.
There's multiple.
Yes, this is the hanging tree we like to do, like our dances and stuff around there. Oh, get your daddy. Tell him to come here. I don't think he's seen these photos. And you're gonna grow up to be just like me.
You'd be just like oh my God.
Can't believe it. Oh, that was so upset. But I did watch the second one, and I thought that one was really good. But the first one really made me upset. I just wish they never did that one.
Yeah. That one, they just picked the wrong Bachelor. I think his mom went on to be on the Golden Bachelor too. So
I want to start watching that.
I heard it was good.
Yeah, really, really good. Like kids are obsessed with it too.
Maybe when we get the Golden Bachelorette, we can cover it on Sip and Key.
Yeah.
We just want old people love. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think it's weird that their demo goes all the way down to like 6. But I think it's because they're like, I want Granny to have a boyfriend.
But all the grandmas were like in better shape than I've ever been in my entire life. I was like, can we get some like Regular
You,
grandma? Not that it's not regular to be.
a frumpy.
I want just left the casino. Who is this guy? Let me see him.
You
All
want
right.
them to come in with fanny packs.
How much Cialis does he need before he gets hired? Okay, because I don't have unlimited Cialis budget here. Social Security only comes in once a month, bitch.
Not the brand.
I want to see that. Okay.
Okay.
So then we go to the the competition, I guess, which this competition was freaking hilarious. First of all, Kate right off the bat is like, no. Me and Phaedra, I love how she's like, me and Phaedra don't want to run. We don't want to do this kind of physical stuff. Why can't we
I
hang out
liked
the
this
castle?
one last season. You didn't?
Kate? I love Kate.
No, I'm saying I love this competition last season. Oh, they didn't have to do. I don't remember if they had to do the catapult thing though.
I don't
But
remember it last
when
season.
they had to go through and pick up all of the sandbags and keep putting them on. You don't remember that competition?
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, I love this one last season, and it just got harder and harder and harder and harder. And then some of them, they were like, "We're gonna have to take this off." And then who was it? Somebody was in the back, like just taking off money. I can't remember.
That was
who
Kate.
It was.
That was Kate.
That's last season.
Yeah, that last season wasn't that the competition?
It was
where
Kate.
Kate was just like throwing money out.
Yeah. She was.
Oh my gosh. So they have to, deliver all these like bags or these parts to the catapult, right? Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house. And they have to go over a river. And then
Which
along the
Sharice
way,
was
there's
gonna
going to be
throw, actually.
right. And then they have to, they have all these like shields that are
Yeah.
available that you can grab along the way, but you got to carry everything. So they're, hustling like, oh shit, there's a river. This river scene, this proved to me that Phaedra is in fact, her and CT are touching genitals, because she was like, oh, I'm so scared. And he like swooped her up and she was like, oh Jesus, my burgerlicious.
I can't do it. I really was looking at the screen like, girl, get over it and let's go. Oh,
I
wish just paused as, oh girl, she's going to get a box, and then they're just standing there. Oh, I can't do it. I was like, basically, if you don't get your ass, go over this damn go.
Yes, end up such a southern belle. She's like, oh Jesus, I can't. Oh, the water's so cold, and they're all like, okay, we gotta get through this, and they're screaming, Sheree screaming, Poverty.
Oh, she don't like water. Remember the last time when they was in there, when they did those paddle boats? Oh, there's box in here.
Oh yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, this is not shit. That's what I'm saying. That's what she can't be. Girl, she can't even get through water.
But she can lift the water. That's the thing. She could pick up that river if she needed to and redirect it.
With our powers combined, it's Captain Sheree. Here she is. I can't.
Okay, so let's take I just saw CT and Phaedra. Look at, it was like, when a man loves a woman. Sing it, Busy.
It's getting grabby. Oh no! Oh.
It's getting like underneath, like she grabbed the other arm, grabbing the ball.
I can't. This scene was like, girl, give it a rest.
I loved it. When a CT loves a Phaedra, she's got full lashes. Those lashes will sink her. She cannot. And there goes Sandra.
At this point, the lady has played Survivor. Okay. And in this game, she has gotten a big gash on her head, and she can barely get across the river. Something has happened to her. Something has happened to her, and
That's always been Sandra. I feel like that's always Sandra's always given us. She's always given us not comp.
She was on the show that you had to like really just survive, like the nature and no eating. This show has a man in a dress walking around the table telling them that they're going to vote for something. And here she is getting gashed in her head. And now she's falling all over the place. It's like, girl, people call you one of the best Survivor players ever. And this is what you got to show for us. And all we doing is crossing the river and crossing the bridge. And you were hiking in mountains. I just don't get it.
I love this fucking scene, we're gonna play it one more time, you guys. It was so good. So they're all just like literally like they're dying. Like just a river runs through it, and they're like, oh, and they're all holding together. Look at little John and the UK boys. Don't you just love John, the speaker
I
of the
was
house?
about to say it looks like he's holding somebody up.
He's holding Peter, the windmill effer, and then behind them, who is that? Kate?
It looks like Kate.
And then someone, I don't know, this cartoon filter thing. It's fun. Oh, that's CT. Oh, CT. Oh, that's Phaedra.
Oh, it's Phaedra. No. Oh God, just ladies.
Why do I think it's so funny that what did she hit? Like, when there's drop-offs in like lakes and all of a sudden it goes from, you're just like do and there's like, psh, did she hit a drop-off? Look at that shit, baby.
Maybe, but the thing is, I think that they would have fared better. But don't they start off? They start off jumping off of boats on the game she was on. Like I just don't get it. They gotta take her to medic because her face is busted wide. But it's just like, did any of this stuff happen to her as a survivor? Were they sleeping with tarantulas and things? I just don't get it.
I feel like Sandra is just trolling them all. Did you see how she was like holding them down as she fell into the water? Watch, she's pulling them down.
Probably like that. And I know Sheree is mad.
Sheree's like, do not get me in
I
this
love
water.
that they gave them all canisters of water. That was nothing good for them. So they're gonna need it. See, they was the only one. I know he was very upset. And my thing is, girl, ain't nobody worry about you.
Right? And she's like, Trishelle's like, I need a shield. Look at Trishelle. She's like, I don't get it. And then Kevin's like, where am I? Is there a bathtub by here? Because Kevin, I mean, thank God he's linked up with Peter because he does not know what's going on.
At all.
And she's like, I need a shield. I got to get it. And he's like, no, bitch. And so then he's he's trying to race her, hold her down. And I'm like, if this dude pulls her down for the damn shield.
My thing is, were the shields in the boxes or the boxes supposed to be what you... Well, I guess it's what you threw to get the shield. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're the gold balls, I think.
Yeah. They
threw.
They
and she's like,
throwing.
Sorry, I needed this. And he goes, it's not true. It's like, Kevin, you don't even know where you're at. Please stop, Kevin.
But also,
he's so ridiculous.
Not true. Like, also, though, not true.
But also kind of not true.
It's like the English guy or Canadian, wherever he's from, saying, oh my God, I got to go get this. Girl, sit your ass down. There's nobody home for you.
So there's Dan. He's like, well, I hope Peter doesn't get a shield. And then Peter's like, oh, shit, there's a shield. So Peter hauls ass to go get the shield. And Parvati's like, okay, great, Peter. And I'm thinking, at first I thought, oh, so all these people are going to get shields because we've had multiple people get shields, last episode. Not knowing that going, further into the episode, they're going to have to compete for the shield. That just gives them an opportunity to compete for the shield. And I was like, oh, that's kind of shitty. So as they're, they have to keep.
He said there's only one shield that you can get.
But I didn't pay attention to that. I was, I had to watch this episode twice. Yeah, Chell watching TV shows with me that I have to cover. When Chell watches with me, he's like, "Oh, I forget. You always have to go back and rewind." Because I'll rewatch a scene so many times because I'll just like with my ADHD and stuff. I'm just like, I gotta. What happened? What happened over there? What's going on? So. Kate's like, I don't want to be doing this. They're all having to carry all these parts, and they have an hour to put together this catapult.
Well, no, I think
and
your daddy's home.
Your daddy's home. And so there a bunch of people are grabbing shields, and they're carrying all this weight. Why is this part playing again today? Okay, I think I rewound it on exit. I just want to watch that again and again, you guys. And ultimately, then they have this sled thing, and they're putting all of this weight on it, having to carry it. And it was kind of funny too, because then there was a point where Phaedra fell, and Sandra again, I wish I had the audio of it, but again, Sandra was like, she fell. The way Sandra just calls shit out, it just cracks me up, like the little things that she does. Let me see if I can just upload it to my my StreamYard here really quickly. But did you notice that scene, Busy, or am I the only weirdo that was like, oh my God, I gotta capture that?
Yeah, I think
It's
you're the only
so
one
funny.
who noticed it.
Because she literally looked at Phaedra, who like fell on the ground. Phaedra was just falling all over the place. Phaedra's
I
like,
mean,
oh,
who she's a lawyer. I would love to see her on is that show gonna keep coming on? That Celebrity Armed Forces or whatever it was on Fox.
oh, Special Forces?
Special Forces. I liked it when Kenya was on it, and then when she was gone, I stopped watching.
Kenya was on a
Yeah,
season?
she
How
was
many
on first season.
that show have there been?
I think 2.
Because I only watched this past one because Tom Sandybutt from Vanderpump Rules was on it, and I wanted to see him cry. So
Who else was
that's
on
the
it?
only reason
Anybody
I
I
watched.
know?
Another Bachelor person that Nick Vial,
No.
Jojo Siwa, Black China.
Oh, Black China was on it. Did she last long?
Yeah, she lasted not super long, but she
Okay,
lasted a couple episodes.
maybe I'll
Brian
watch it.
Austin Green, yeah, I liked him, but then Black China's like, I think it was like a wall scaling thing. It looked really scary, and she's like, no, thank you, I'm not doing this
Yeah,
anymore.
time to go.
But she did, she lasted. I didn't never expected her to do a show like that, so she lasted longer than I thought she would.
She's been trying to change her image in her life, so I think that was the best show for her to go on, to challenge herself to make sure she can keep doing it.
Yeah, she's not even calling herself Black China anymore, right?
She's
Or is
not.
she?
Her name is Angela.
Yeah, Angela, and she took out like implants and
Mm-hmm.
things.
Because
So,
she got her a doctorate or something in ministry, or some holy school decided to give her something, and she decided she's gonna change her life around and be a better person.
oh, good for her.
No, I love that for her. I
I
give it
always
3
found
more
Black China
years.
very entertaining. But the mom, Tokyo, what's her mom's name?
Tokyo
Tokyo
Tony,
Drift?
she's the real star.
Oh my God, she's not going to change.
She's the real star.
Do they have a relationship still?
It's touch and go. When you have a toxic mom like that, you jump in, you jump out. I think they still.
Yeah.
I mean, Tokyo Tony's not a bad woman. She's just crazy. She's really, really crazy. But she does a lot for Baltimore. And like she's just a crazy prostitute hooker mother of the. She owns. I think Classy Connections went to her.
Oh, not the Sip and Key reference, the Classy Connections. Okay, so here's the little Phaedra fall. I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but let me know in the chat if you guys were entertained by this little bit.
I have to get that shield.
You gonna keep it up? Keep the momentum. Okay, don't worry. We're getting there. We're getting there. Come on.
She fell. She fell. Pointing out the. No, I just really think that Sandra is trolling these people at this point. I feel like, and I love it. I love it.
I guess, girl. It just, I'm questioning.
She fell. She fell.
She fell.
It's such a damn comedy. Thank you, Colleen. Totally loving you too, Busy and Joy. Thanks, Colleen.
Oh, thanks,
Appreciate
Colleen.
you saying that. We love each other. We're magical, even when one forgets about a live stream that one was supposed to have with the other. And Busy and Sandra with her bracelets. She fell. Like that little lisp she has now. She's like, you guys, seriously. I think we're gonna vote this person out. Okay, that's what we're doing. Just go with it. You want to talk to me, bitch? You know about like Janelle when she called her Janelle. Oh man, I was like, the lisp with the braces.
It's not working.
So then they do ultimately, they're like, every episode is like, every competition is they're down to like 5 minutes, and Alan's like, hurry up if you want the money, you dirty little trolls. And then they got
I wonder
there.
if he's married.
You and Tay should take if he's not, you should see if he'll get into a polygamous relationship with you guys.
Oh my God! If he's single, he wants me. Hell, go.
You are leaving.
It's been nice knowing you. I'll send some money for the house.
Brightheart said he is married, Busy. Yeah.
I guess I got to stay where I am.
I guess you gotta go break up a happy home. No, don't do that. So they make the little thingamajiggy that throws the giant rock thingy. Do you like how I
No,
have
no,
such a
I love the nobody
Mhm.
gives reviews like you do.
Nobody does. Nobody gets so. I mean, people watch Rob as a podcast and they think, oh, they're gonna really break it down. But you really got to watch a
No, this is
Jolene
some
Lunzer,
breaking down.
Busy
This is some
Blue
breaking it down.
collab to get it. Ugh, I Kate's just like, I'm not into dirt. This is,
Oh,
and
they've been
Kevin's like, where
together
am
for a
I?
long time. I can't break this up.
How
This is
long have
the
they been together?
ugliest fucking haircut that I have ever seen in my whole entire life. Now I'm trashing this husband.
Don't be jealous. Don't
It's
be.
too late.
Kate is holding that bag like it's her newborn baby. She's like, you guys keep working.
Actually, I thought it was. I was thinking, where
I'm
did this thing
breastfeeding.
come from? It
She
looks like
stopped.
one of those movies that will be nominated for an Academy Award, and she's just looking off to the side, like, don't do it, John.
Oh my god, I saw that. It was so funny. So, RHAP, it was so cute. They did a live kind of with, I think, maybe some of their people who know about Bravo. They're like, so they could explain to their audience, the
Uh-huh.
Bravo people.
Oh, they're trying to get into that. Okay.
Because they have to know to do the show,
Yeah.
it helps. I mean, we don't know. I mean, Busy and I have limited, we know all the Bravo. We have limited knowledge when it comes to the Bachelor or Love Island, but we know all the Survivor, Big Brother, and Bravo. But I
Yeah.
thought that was cute when it was like, they did a separate live. It was like catching up on like the Bravo or getting you, acquainted. I'm like, oh, that's hard to do because if you look back at the Phaedras, the Sherrays, the Tamra
This
Judge,
is
I
like,
mean,
like
it
you have to
goes
go back
back.
so far. You have to go
You got to
back
go
like
back
that.
before the housing crisis to get the Tamra of it all. Like you gotta go the Gates of Kodo. You gotta go back.
But I think it's because didn't they also they
Yeah, you
also covered. Never mind. I'll leave that alone because my brain is not working right now either.
okay. But yeah, she totally like in this scene. Kate's just like, oh god. I mean, all right, fine. Do you have a lactation station? It looks like she is looking for the lactation station, which
It looks
I
like
think
what she's
everywhere
actually doing right
has a
now.
lactation station. It does. It looks like she's feeding her babies. And I'll tell you, I worked in an office. I told you this once, Busy, where they had a lactation room. They had multiple ones, and no one was ever in it. No one ever was lactating. So that's where I went to sneak. I'd lock the door and take naps in there because no one was lactating. So I was like, well, I could technically lactate if I wanted to, I guess. So I'm just gonna go in there. And it was, they had one of those reclining chairs. Oh, it
Duh,
was so
so that you can
nice.
walk while you're.
Yeah. So I just, I was like, oh, come here, baby, which
Do
was
you
like
know
my
he
phone
was
or
married
something.
to Hillary? I mean, yeah, Hillary Lyon.
Clinton? Who's Hillary Lyon?
No, girl, this woman, you know her. I don't know. Look her up. Hillary
Married
Lyon, Lyon.
who?
Alan. He was married to her for like almost 10 years.
Alan Cumming and Hillary Lyon. I see Alan and Monica Lewinsky.
That's Hillary Lyon.
All right. No, but there is a picture of him and Monica Lewinsky. It says Alan reveals his tormented childhood that led to but it's a picture of him and Hillary, or what's her name?
Hillary Lyon with one L.
Okay. Hillary Lyon.
Lyon, Lyon.
Does she look familiar?
Yeah, you know her.
Hillary Lyon. Who is Hillary Lyon? Let's look, you guys, and see.
Oh my God, you know Hillary Lyon.
Is a renowned actress who got recognition for her roles in TV shows such as Chef, Trust Me, and Monarch of Glen. Never heard of any of those things. Hillary is being famous as the ex-wife of actor Alan Cumming, who has starred in movies such as X2, Spy Kids, The Good Wife. So she's British. So these must be British TV shows she was on because I don't know them.
Okay.
Yeah, mind. She was married to Alan Cumming 1985 to 1993. But no, I don't know her. I don't think so.
Okay.
No, Alan. Okay. So DGF knows. I know Hillary Lyon because I love Monarch of Glen and Chef. Okay. Yeah, I don't know her. I feel like I'm not cultured at all, not knowing this. But I also loved in this
Look
episode
at
that
him. Get it.
isn't he cute? It's so cute. And I loved how Kate was like, "Ugh, do I even, she finds Peter's shield box or whatever because they're carrying all of them, or she finds a shield box and she's holding it. And Alan's like, all you have to do, my dear, is put it on this haystack. She's like, oh, God, where? He's like, right next to you. Ugh. Like, oh, I don't know. She just sits there with the shield box. And she's like, do I want anyone else to have it? No, none of these people deserve it. So like, and then finally she's just like, Peter's hauling ass, like, I gotta get there. I need this shield. They're gonna murder me. And she's like, I'm just gonna drop it. I don't really feel like it. I think I feel a little piece of sweat in between my boobs. This is enough. So then she just drops it. Then Peter picks it up and she's like, I don't even like, it's too desperate. Do you like how
that was so desperate. That was so desperate.
On power shields or getting, but that's such like a Bravo take too, if you're not in a competition show and it's such Kate's personality, she's like, it's like Desperado, where Janelle's like hauling her tits to everywhere, like, I got it, like Janelle is a beast for the stuff, and Kate's like, oh God, it's just like, what is this? What is it? No, this, I'm just gonna wing it. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to do that. It was so hilarious. So once they get up there and they get all the stuff up there and they put it together, they are able to then get the catapult. And then little John and the UK boys, he puts the gold ball in it and they're like, John's going to do it. And he's like, okay. And he's just like, here we go, guys. And he's like, ah! And then he wins the mission for them by hitting the target. He's like, this is the best day of my life, one of the best days. And they're like, oh, John. Like, John. And they like pick him up and he's like the Hobbit. And they're like, I love you, John. And John's like, I love you too. And it was so cute. Now comes the time that they have to compete for. How
much was this one for?
The shield. This one, I don't remember how much money, but I think they have like 95,000 now. So maybe 20,000, 15. Okay. Something like that. So now they have to, see who's going to win the shield. And obviously, Sheree comes in and she freaking launches the gold ball and it lands like almost on the top, almost on the red part. I think she got the blue part, right? And a couple of them, I can't remember, got on the white. And then Peter completely misses, as does, who else completely missed? There was a woman.
I thought it had to stay on it. I didn't know that it just had to hit it.
No,
that confused me until they won.
DJ, okay, 20K. Christian says John winning the comp with an orgasm. He's like, oh. He was so excited. I did it. Sharon says, I don't know anything about that Kate chick, but she's so my spirit animal. I would stay in the castle with her. Well, if you want to get acquainted with her, check out old seasons of Below Deck. And she's on with Captain Lee. And her and Captain Lee, I think, have a reaction show they do together, maybe for Bravo on like old episodes of Below Deck or some shows or something. But Kate she's
Does
great.
She ever hook up with anybody on the boat?
Kate?
Yeah.
I think she's married.
Oh, okay. She's always been married.
Oh, no, on the boat. Yeah, she did. I think the chef something. I wasn't a huge Below Deck. I did watch a few seasons and I did watch a few of Kate's seasons, but I think there was I don't remember. I think there
for
might
about
have been
3 seasons, me and Tay DeBase were watching it only because of the show we were doing with Up and Adam's husband.
Jason,
partner.
Yeah, I watched.
Jason. So then we started watching it.
Yeah, I watched some episodes, or I watched a season, and then did some lives with Jason and his friend Josh who cover it. I love them, and it was really fun. And they know ton.
And 2 of the chefs started following me. One of the members, and so I thought that was cool.
That is cool. I met what was that one captain? That little guy. You guys probably will remember. I met him. It wasn't Captain Lee. It wasn't Captain Sandy. It was like the guy that was only there for a few seasons, maybe, but it was on the season I covered, and he was only there for part of it. And he had
then he had to leave and go home. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah,
You met him?
And Yeah, but I used to roast him when I'd go on Jason's show. Yeah,
Oh,
Captain Sean. And then I met him, and then he was like, I've
oh,
seen you roasting me.
oh.
And I was like, oh, do you want to
Fancy
take a
meeting
picture?
you here.
Yeah.
Say it to my
And so
face.
we took a selfie, but he came up to me to tell me that he heard what I said about him.
Oh my God, is that not your biggest fear?
And I said, yes, I hate that. That's why I don't like to meet people, because like I roast a recap. But he saw me do stand up, and I go, well, you see, I'm a comedian. And that's what, he's like, mm-hmm.
That's what you're calling it, comedy? Oh, is that what you're calling it,
He's so,
comedy?
he wasn't a dick at all. He was so nice, but he was definitely like, I've heard what you've said about me. I've seen you on the little show. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I
Oh,
was like,
I see that little thing that
okay.
little show you did.
But I think him and Jason are friends. So I think ultimately he probably doesn't hate me. I don't know. Maybe Captain Sean hates me. He did call me out. He was like, and I'll have to post. I'll post it in my community tab. But we took a selfie. He was very nice. But yeah, he was like, Jolene, and I was like, Captain Sean, hi. Like he came up to me.
Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. I know exactly what you did. We can take a selfie, but don't touch me.
Yes. But he did have a sense of humor about it. But he definitely was like, I saw it. Mm-hmm.
I saw you
I've
dancing
heard
a
what you
little.
said.
I would say little TV show, but that little show, but that means the small screen means TV. I saw you down to I think it was on my phone, I guess,
Yeah.
doing your comedy, saying stuff
I
about
was-
me, about my boat.
I was taking a dump. I just had to be scrolling while taking a dump. No big deal. But I was like, oh God, I don't want to meet any. And people are like, Jolene, go to the Big Brother parties. Like Busy's always, he's friends with all the Big Brother people. I go, no. If any of them, even if they don't know who I am, which I'm sure most of them don't, after they go home and they're like, oh, Jolene girl wasn't too bad, they're like, oh my God, that.
Well, you kind of smush it in between some of the, the problems you have with misogyny or misogynist or racist and stuff. You kind of switch it in between, or dummies or people who are rude. You kind of smush it in between all of that, all of your comedy. So maybe they won't see it until later. I say you come. I asked you to come with me before.
I know. And I do love, like, there are some Big Brother people. Like, I always want to go to Oz's party because I just think she's one of the best to come out of Big
Yes.
Brother. Like, she's such a nice human. But
Oh my God.
then I see people there. You should call Ozza. And Ozza should be on Traitors. She would only be able to be a faithful. But
do they get paid in American money?
no, they get paid in the Scottish egg. I don't know what they get paid.
Okay.
I'm sure it's American money because it's an American show, right?
I thought it wasn't.
What is the
But maybe
Scottish?
it's called Traitors US.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so then
Yes. Mhm. Oh my God, Busy, you need to link the lampshade commentary in here. Funniest thing ever. What's the lampshade commentary?
I don't know what the lampshade commentary is.
Kara, what is it? Ooh. Okay, we forget what we do and say. We don't even know what we're talking about half the time. Okay, so Sheree, boom, she gets it. Then we get to the round table. Oh my God. I thought last week's round table was epic, Busy. This week's round table was epic. So first, before they go into the round table, Dan.
Oh, Julie's outfit. If that's what they're talking about.
Oh, Kara. Okay. He knows what you're talking about now. Julie's sleeves. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
Busy
was
is the best at roasting that shit up. Julie Chen. So Dan tells everyone, he goes around, he goes, listen, I just like, will you hear me out?
Hold on. First of all, he played himself. Like, this is not
This was Dan on his Twitch having a press conference. We're gonna watch a little bit of it, Busy, in a minute.
This is not Big Brother. Like, this is not Big Brother. So I was thinking, okay, how is Dan gonna get out of this? Because he's really good at moving the needle and everybody's not seeing him. And I was like really excited to see this and what was going to happen. Like, when I say,
can really I tell excited, you
what?
That I called it. Cho was making me my soup and I was watching it and I go, Chelly's going to go after Phaedra. And Chel's like, well, no, isn't he going to turn on Parvati? I go, no, he's going to go after Phaedra. I know he's going to go after Phaedra. I know it. I feel like they've been setting us up for this. And then he freaking throws Phaedra under the bus. Sorry, go ahead and continue.
But I was just thinking, what is he gonna do, and how is he gonna be discreet about this? Now, I thought he would go after Parvati, or Phaedra. I thought he was gonna go after one of the traitors because they do that. But I didn't think it was gonna be in this form or fashion. It's almost like, look at me, everybody. It's me. My name's been thrown out there a whole lot, especially at the beginning of the day. Look at me first. Trust me, believe me. I just didn't get it. And I was thinking, why is Dan talking first? Hey, I just want to come on and say a couple of words. And I was thinking, why?
Why?
How about we hold the space and let everyone do some speculating first, and then you come in with the boom, it's you, Faye. But to make the whole thing about his feelings, and some of the things didn't even make sense. He was trying to correlate things that didn't make sense, and I was thinking, what the hell are you talking about? You wrote down somebody's name, but then you explained it away. You wrote down somebody's name, and you didn't explain it away. But that one was a fluke, so you don't count either.
Dan was like throwing, like, he was just like, how about this? Nope. How about that? Nope. How about, well, this one didn't make, and everyone's just like, it was like confused strategy. He was just like, just hitting them, and we were like, what's going on? Sandra, you did have one hinky vote, but then you explained it. Okay. And then you had a little hinky vote too. Then you explained it. And then, okay, raise your hand if you're sure. Me, okay? Raise your hand if you've ever had a tummy ache. Me, I have. Raise your hand if you're wearing ribbons on your sweater. Trichelle's like, me, it's me.
And that only leaves one person.
So obviously, it's fucking Phaedra. And Phaedra, I think did I get a video of this? I have never seen Phaedra make this. Where do I have the screenshot? She made her mouth formed as he was talking, and I've seen Phaedra in every Roa reunion. I've seen Phaedra in every Roa episode, and I had never seen Phaedra like this before. It was almost like her tongue, she put it here, like her face. I was like, I've never seen that Phaedra face before as he was talking, and I'm like, oh, you are in trouble, Dan. You are in such big trouble.
I felt like she was giving the every time King and Phaedra had a fight at the reunion, I feel like she was giving that face.
No, this was a face we haven't seen. No. I'm gonna pull it up here, because I was like, unless I'm just totally forgetting, I've never seen this Phaedra face in my life. The way she formed her mouth, I was like, nope. And even when it was like, Nene, this ain't Phaedra, like this, I've never seen, even the best of her and Nene going back and forth, even with the Portia Candy of it all.
No,
do what?
This ain't Phaedra.
This ain't. But that's so funny. She's like, you can't talk to me like that. This ain't Phaedra. It's like, well, but Phaedra.
I'm not the one to talk to you. Better curse out Jolene. I am not that ground. You better cuss that one out, because you got the wrong one. I'm thinking, so what do you say? What do you really think about me? You think people
this
just
ain't
cuss
Phaedra? Oh my God. So
you better honk the horn on him, Greg.
Oh my gosh. Does Nene have a Zeus show? Did I see that?
No, she doesn't have a Zeus show, but she is, and I say the mighty have fallen. She is hosting the Baddies reunion.
Oh, I do. Oh, I gotta get caught. Are you still watching Baddies? I gotta get caught up on the seasons behind.
So they started to extend the seasons, and at some point that low vibrational energy gets too tiring. So I watched the beginning of it. Normally the seasons will be about maybe 8-10 episodes. I feel like this one tried to be a Bravo network show. It just kept going on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and I was thinking, what is this? And then I just tuned out, because it's too much low vibrational energy, and I can't.
Is it still the Natalie Nunn show?
Yes, it's still Natalie Nunn show. She has the whole franchise.
Okay, but I mean, like, okay, good point. So, also,
and she's not going to miss a check. She's going to be on it, and she's going to produce, create.
It
She's
is.
gonna get every check you can get.
Is Tanisha still connected to it?
I don't think so. I think she was only connected to the first season so that
Okay.
they gave nostalgia from Bad Girls
Bad
Club
Girls
that
Club?
used to be on Oxygen. So all of those girls got together. But then after the show kind of picked up, now we just
They
got
need-
new ratchet girls.
They need Bad Girls Club people on Traitors season 3. You need Natalie Nunn Traitor season 3. You need Tiffany Pollard. You need a lot.
You
of
do
people.
need Tiffany Pollard, but you don't need that Natalie Nunn.
Tanisha.
First of all, there'll
Tanisha
be
was on
no
Villains. Tanisha was on House of Villains.
Tanisha could do it.
Mhm.
But Tanisha has more class. She has children. She doesn't want to do all of that fighting and stuff. I don't even think she fought in on the baddie's in the baddie's house.
Mm-mm. I don't think she did either.
I think Natalie Nunn will come in her chin first, but then she'll come in and she's gonna start beating up everybody.
Well, maybe we need some Traitors fights. Or maybe Zeus should have its own Traitors.
Ooh, Monica Garcia should be on
And
season
she should
3.
be on it. Monica
She
Garcia.
really should. Justice
Okay,
for
so-
Monica Garcia. Wait, you were gonna show us Dan with the microphones.
Yeah, but I'm gonna I'll show you that at the end where we got to get through this little roundtable segment because before then we see how like Peter is running stuff and they're eating and Parvati's
Mhm.
like, this is weird, Peter. You're weird. You're being weird. Okay. Why? He's like, I'm just gonna talk to you later. And he's closing the door and they're all meeting and she's like, this is odd behavior. And then she's like, are you guys talking about me? And Berkey's like, oh, we're not talking about you, but yeah, sort of. So it was funny. Okay, look at this Phaedra face. Okay. So
This
as
was
he's
the
talking-
face she made when
No, okay, so
Cynthia-
this isn't there yet. We're not there yet. We'll get there. That's a face I've seen before, right?
Harvey.
So
is
Dan's like,
a-
that's Dan. I love how Dan came to this thinking, I'm going to out lawyer the actual lawyer. Whether you think Phaedra's good in her profession or whatever, she's still a lawyer. And you're not. So he's like, that's not enough for a conviction. Everyone's like, what? He's like, this is where I start. So he's going along. He's looking at voting patterns. Has anyone voted a little weird? Like, well, I guess I kind of have. And Sheray's like, what is that? What we do when we write on the chalkboard? Is that voting? And they're like, yes, Sheree. And then John's like, okay. So then he eliminates all the people. A Bergie, you're just too sweet. Leaves. So then he's like, that leaves Parvati. And Sandra's like, who's he gonna say? Look at MJ knows. MJ knows. She's like, oh. And then dun dun dun. And Phaedra's like, I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What are you doing? So the mouth goes. He's talking about Parvati. Your only vote outside the norm was for Kevin. Well, who wouldn't vote that guy? I mean, Dusha Rama. But you explained what that was about.
I'm going to start saying that in my real life. But you explain that way.
Explain that away. Would you explain that away? Okay. So Phaedra, look at, oh my God, Phaedra, the look in her eyes. I'm like, get her, get him, get Dan. So they're all like, oh my God. Oh my God. Even John's like, are you for real? John and the UK boys is like, you are not coming for Phaedra. My favorite is when Kate goes, like, you're doing too much or extra. You're like, yes, clearly she's extra.
Look at the box around her neck. Tomorrow she's gonna be wearing the hound. Like, look at her.
Phaedra's like, that I've never seen that mouth. I've never seen that mouth. I have never seen her make her mouth like that. I've never seen that. I've seen so many of Phaedra being put on the spot, Phaedra in fights, and this is something that she was just like, I was like, I couldn't get over how I've never seen that look on her face.
I feel like
I was like, oh, you're gonna die, Dan. Like,
also, this is a round table. Why are you the only one talking?
Yeah, P. Scotty's like busy. Sandra, can you explain your braces? Sandra's like, well, you know, like, I had some issues. I just want to get it taken care of. It's not a big deal. It's like, I didn't want to do Invisalign because you get a lot of canker sores because, you know, and then I think the trays kind of think, and I don't want to be responsible for taking them in and out. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, bitch. But Phaedra, oh my God, I've never seen this face on Phaedra ever. And Dan's just like, like he is peeing his Pampers right now.
Yeah, you picked the wrong person. You picked the wrong girl.
Person. It's freaking Phaedra. I mean, and also Phaedra coming out of one of the best Housewives franchises for reads, for if you got to be taken down, they're going to just unwrap and strip you down verbally. You don't know what time or year it is, Dan. I was so ready for this. So Dan's like, okay, now what? You acted when you were like, oh, burgerlicious, oh, the bacon. Look at Sheree. Sheree's like, oh, good luck. Like,
Look at these sober people. I heard that they don't be serving them alcohol like that. They're really skimpy on it. That's what Phaedra said.
Look at that. She did. She said they don't serve them alcohol.
Yeah, she said they're very skimpy with the alcohol. But I guess you want to be lucid, and then you got to play these games.
Yeah. I think that's what Brandy and Kate had said in season 1 as well. So he's like, then you voted out Ekin-Su. And it's like, look at that. I've never seen Phaedra make that face. He took that Ekin-Su thing, and you knew he was going to take that from weeks and weeks ago and use that against her. And he's like, no one's ever questioned you. And she was like, oh, no. And he's like, oh, Ekin-Su magically gets murdered. And someone who's not suspecting, weird vote, still not enough. But then the breakfast reaction's busy.
If I'm telling you, if this man is on the ladder reaching.
The breakfast reactions. I'm like, it would have been so much easier just in that moment to target Parvati and be like, guys, seriously. It's not me. It's clearly Parvati. I mean, come on, you guys know to play into Peter. You see, this is why I'm surprised that Dan went this way, because you saw that Peter was hell bent on Parvati. You know, he was very sus of Dan, but hell bent on Parvati. So why not just take this moment to be like, I'm sorry, I gotta just throw her under the bus, you know? And like, you're right, Peter. I think it is Parvati, and that is the person I have been watching, Parvati. And I hate this for us because, you know, we talked, you know, we've been, you know, kind of aligned in this game, but I can't. I can't let another traitor slip through. Golly gee darn it, I can't go back to Michigan with another traitor out there. Yes, and Dan's breakfast reactions, like Savannah's saying, are so bad. Busy, can you give us a Dan's breakfast reaction while I blow my nose?
Oh, burgerlicious. Oh, the bacon. Oh my God. You know what I thought was funny? Is the fact that he picked weird things about her supporting people. And then then those people won't. She's given those people enough courage, nicknames, made them feel good about themselves, supported them, and then he utilized that to say, "This is why I think you're a traitor." Girl, but now she got an army behind her. Oh, you said burgerlicious. Oh wait, so she can't support me? Is that what you're saying? You think she's a traitor because she's supporting me? Oh my God! And then you were hugging people. So you went over and you hugged her when her boyfriend got
when Larsa's boyfriend.
So she. I'm sorry, you're mad because she was supporting someone because their partner left. Like, he was using the dumbest stuff. These dumbest stuff.
Dumb. So then Phaedra goes, okay, so then let's listen to some audio.
Wait, who stopped first? Like, who stopped it first? Because didn't somebody jump in? Because she got an army.
Kate jumped in. Kate jumped in. Kate was like, so you're saying she can't support her friend? And Phaedra's like, yeah, I'm a fellow housewife. Like, because I supported Larsa and her boyfriend. Kate's like, her boyfriend going home? And now you're talking about, what are you trying to say here? Breakfast reactions? And then when he tried to say burgerlicious, you know, she's like, and why would I vote Bergie out? I love Bergie. We're good. And Bergie's like, she wouldn't vote me out. We trust each other. Bergie's just giving up his whole game for Phaedra. And Dan's like, oh, look, I guess I didn't think about that. So here's
he did not think any of this through, girl. Oh, no. This was Dan. Dan is Jesus. He rose again, and this is his second funeral. Okay, and he actually did his own eulogy and everything again.
Mm-hmm. This is the time where he's buried. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. They cremated. Phaedra cremated Dan. Okay, let's listen to the audio.
She embalmed him. You know she loves to do that.
You wouldn't come at a funeral director if you really want to die. Well, she sent you to hell, sir. Here we go. Okay, let's listen to Phaedra.
So you've been watching me from day one?
Yeah. No one's ever written your name down. Why do you think that is?
No one's ever written a lot of people's name down. That doesn't mean they're a traitor.
Voting patterns. Can you explain the Eck and Sue vote?
I voted for Ekin-Su because of the issue she had with Janelle, because she changed her story. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows.
And what about the breakfast murder reactions? Every time.
What breakfast murder reactions?
Bergie.
Not my burgerlicious was problematic for you.
Kate.
The Marcus.
Consoling
Marcus?
Larsa
Yeah.
was
Because I'm
problematic
consoling
for you.
Larsa,
Yeah.
a fellow housewife. What was I supposed to do?
That her boyfriend got sent home?
I'm just, these are,
No, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
What's
just,
the logic behind that?
the logic behind me is that it's always like a little bit extra. Like,
Have you seen her?
that's true.
I'm
As-
very extra,
okay.
baby. I do too much because you do too much.
Oh,
But tonight you're doing way too much because you know you're getting ready to get banished. So you're trying to put the heat on me, which is a crock of BS. You're Big Brother winner not once, but twice.
Almost twice.
Well, either way, you have knowledge of this game. So if there was really a mastermind, it sure wouldn't be a dolled up housewife, baby. That would not be it. Let's not forget, Burgerlicious voted for you last night. And who got the murder one? Burgerlicious. Why? Because Dan thought that he was able to be murdered. Is that not correct?
Don't you think it's a little obvious, though?
Okay, but why would I want him out? I don't have any problem with
I didn't say
murder.
you wanted him
You're
out.
saying I'm the killer.
I think if Phaedra was thinking long game, she would keep me around because I trust her.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
but no
that's a
one
fair
trusts
defense.
you, darling.
Oh, when she said she does too much because he does too little, it was
I do
just
too much because you do too little.
too little. And that's like, I'm not too extra. You just don't do enough. You're just not doing the job. You're not getting it done. Phaedra dismantled this man. The way this is reminiscent to Sari taking down Cody Cauliflower last season, and he was left like a shell of himself. I wouldn't have a podcast anymore. I would go into hiding, but he still showed up in brand new glasses, going live from his bedroom with Daddy Derek. But I'm like, you got so embarrassed, Cody Cauliflower. I mean, this reminds me of that last season of Traitors when Sari just Wreck-It Ralph Cody's whole life, the all-star winner. This is that. This was so good. Christian says, thank you for the super chat. Christian says, Phaedra stating her case as a lawyer on why Dan should be buried alive at his own attempted Dan's funeral 2.0 and then cremates him as a mortician. It's so
And
good.
when she does it, you're done. And you're done in style. Willie Watkins style. You're done in
it was
style.
so beautiful. It was just like
It was
the
gorgeous. I
Southern
love her funerals.
belle.
This was amazing.
Oh, this was
Oh
gorgeous.
my
And
Lord, my
oh,
Jesus.
baby, not a dolled up housewife,
Yeah.
baby. When you get the baby from Phaedra with that tone, you're dead. You're
I'm
done
telling
now.
you, she's done such a good job. This is more of a social
Oh.
game than you think it is. And he
Mhm.
played himself thinking you could do Dance Funeral 2.0. He thought this was about to be the moment. Girl, it was not. That girl that you played that last season was dumb as hell when you did Dance.
This ain't
Dance
not
first
Brittany,
season.
but what
Yeah.
was her name?
I don't know. Was it Danielle?
This ain't Danielle. This this ain't Danielle. This ain't
With the glasses,
Danielle.
this is not the same thing because she was up there crying. I would never talk to you again, girl. This ain't her.
No,
This is
this
not her, girl. Let me tell you something right here, right now. She set up an army. Like she has all the housewives. She got her burgerlicious. Like we coming for you, girl. Don't think you. I got an army, girl. You came for the wrong one. Now, when they start coming for me, maybe I'll be in trouble. But right now, the girls are on my side, and you got nobody on yours. Sometimes Sheree, when she was making faces, I was thinking, I hope you're not buying this, Sheree.
Oh my God, if Sheree would have been like, I'm sorry, Phaedra, I didn't have enough time. I'm so sorry. I just didn't, I felt rushed. I put an F instead of a PH because I felt so bad, but it's Phaedra. I'm so sorry, baby. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was so, and I think Apple Charm brings up a perfect point of Phaedra's game. Phaedra she's been so smart to distance herself from the other traders. That
Mhm.
is key. And Dan being so close to Parvati and Parvati being so close to Dan, the blood they were both bathing in the same blood. And like
Yeah.
some people said in the chat, Dan maybe wanting to throw Phaedra under the bus to save Parvati's game. It's like, it's too late for that. It's between you and Parvati to throw in a random ass Phaedra into this who hasn't been up for conversation was just either his way of trying to save Parvati, just a dumb move, or his way of throwing all the traders under the bus so that in the future, if he wasn't going to win, the faithfuls would win.
That's what I was thinking about. Maybe he was just trying to put all the eyes on another trader. Like we already got Parvati out here. Let me see if I can highlight some type of thing around Phaedra, but she's playing too good of a game, baby. You got to wake up early in the morning. You got to wake up real early in the morning. And to be honest, if you do wake up in the morning, I was out here last night.
Now, do you think, though, I do think this will have, it'll have a bad effect on Phaedra's game going forward, because before this, she was not, anytime in any of these games, anytime your name is said, it's horrible. You want to stay so under the radar that no one brings you up. Once your name is out there, it is so easy for people to just latch on that. Well, it was brought up before. So I don't think this is good for
maybe she
Phaedra.
started to play the sympathy card. Like, I can't believe he did that to me. And I'm so sorry for you guys for supporting y'all this much, and let me know if I'm overdoing it. Like, that's how I would do it, just to make sure that people are like, she's really going through it after that last round table. I can't believe it. And we were right.
But Trishelle was like, I know it's Phaedra. Trishelle's like, and so now we got Trishelle and maybe a couple other people in the Peter crew looking at Phaedra sideways, and they're going to be watching her like a hawk much more and her reactions. I feel like, well, hopefully not, because I do love Phaedra in this game, but we'll see. But I do like how they're kind of like, oh, everyone else is like, you know, Parvati has kind of tried to paint them in this light of like, look at these dummies are over there having a little meeting. Oh, you got to be in Peter's crew, you know, and Parvati's like, oh, let's go. The most faithful of the faithfuls. And they're all like, ha, 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 ha. But, you know, how long will that last? So then we get to the traders.
The trader well.
The trader well, over the trader well. And Parvati and Phaedra are talking about, you know, who they're going to murder. And is it too obvious to murder Peter? But then old Alan, a Busy's married boyfriend, comes in and says, you have a chance to recruit a traitor. So if you recruit a traitor, there will be no murder. The traitor can say no to your recruiting. Okay? And they're like, oh, God. Or you can just murder someone. Goodbye. And then he leaves. And so Parvati, right away, I go, recruit Peter, recruit Peter. Now, there's a good chance Peter could say no. However, I think it would be dumb for Peter to say no, because at this point, he's dead man walking to the traitors. So you might as well become a traitor now. And I loved how Parvati was like, and we can watch him take out all of his little friends.
I love that about her. I love that about her.
So that is such the Black Widow mentality, and I hope that works out for them. And Phaedra
now
goes
he has to change up his tactic if he decides, because we don't see if he decides to take it or not, right? We don't
know till next episode. I think
so now he has to backtrack, or he can keep going with it.
Yeah, he could, because he technically could, because he could be like, hey, either way, if you murder me, you know, they're going to know that it's one of you two, you know, or definitely Parvati, because Dan's gone. So why would anyone else at this point?
Yeah, I think
obviously,
unfortunately, he's
a loyal faithful.
With it. They should have just killed him. No, that would have been too obvious. They should have recruited him. Fun. But
if he becomes a traitor, it'll be so fun. But I have a bad feeling he's going to decline, because he'll be like, no, I want to get the traitors. I can't become a traitor.
What was the old boy's name last season? Who was like, they recruited me, but I said no.
Which one was it?
Overacting?
Oh, Christian.
Christian.
I met Christian. He's really nice.
Okay.
I gave me my phone. I misplaced my phone, and he and his girlfriend found it, and they were very
Aw.
high. And they were like, "I think this is your phone." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry about all those horrible things I said to you about you on the internet." No, uh, just roasting. He had never heard of me, so he didn't confront me. Thank God.
And he was also high, so he's like, "Hey, just take your phone, lady."
He was so high. I hate doing shows where I have to meet the people only for that reason. But I love when they don't know who I am, which is so great, so fantastic. But yeah, do you think he'll take it, Busy? Do you think he'll become a traitor?
I think that would be the his best choice to do so because I don't know. I
thought Trishelle too. I thought Trishelle might, but Trishelle also might be another one who would go, "Oh, I don't wanna." I feel like Trishelle might be like, "I don't know, I'm in pretty good with these guys." No,
I'll try to figure it
you
out.
never know with Trishelle, but it would have been kind of iconic. Other than that, like get Sandra. Like I know it doesn't really change the game per se, but you have the Parvati Sandra kind of conflict thing, and
Oh
then you
my
bring
God, get
Sandra
the
in.
old guy.
John.
Why would you not go for John?
Right?
We can kill the people because I feel like he'll be like a Papa Bear, so he'll protect the two ladies, and then also
Yeah.
nobody's suspecting him.
I feel like he's on to the fact, his little speech to Dan when he was like, treachery deserves to be killed. I feel like he kind of was like, I think it might be Phaedra,
God,
but I
how
like
long
her.
was he in his room? The treachery.
He's writing damn poetry. He's like,
It deserves to be
you're a
ended.
silent slaughter. And then Peter's like, oh, those are good words, buddy. Oh, pat on back. Good words.
I know Alan was in the back, like, ooh, the treachery.
The silent slaughter. Ooh, that's so
I'm gonna
good.
use it next season.
I really don't want him to decline. I also thought it'd be interesting if they recruited Kate.
That would be. I like Kate being aloof.
Oh yeah, because then she might still be like, no, that's too much work. What do I have to do? Do I have to wear the cloak? But what if
Oh
I
my
just blow
God!
out
I
my
was trying to
hair?
go to sleep. I got to go to the. Oh my God!
Walk to the freaking well. Can I get a go kart? What do they call those? Like a go kart?
Phaedra, can you write it down and
so.
do the stamp thing this time? I can't.
Now, CT would have been an interesting recruit as well because he is now, he was pegged early on as could be a traitor, but now he's basically, Peter has absolved him and said it can in no way be CT.
That's true.
So if Peter declines, Parvati would be voted out. Then Phaedra would recruit housewives. Oh my God, that would. But Sheree would be like, maybe we should put Alan down. You're like, Sheree, Alan is the host. Oh, I didn't have enough time. I'm sorry. I wrote down Alan coming.
Oh God.
He was just kind of annoying me.
Fun. I like her better.
You're like, no, Sheree. That's the host. Whatever. How about that?
All right, I'm gonna let you close out the
guy?
show. I told myself I was gonna do a mini barbecue. I love you all. I had so much fun.
Thank you, Busy. You guys all go subscribe to Busy Mods. If one of you don't mind dropping Busy's channel in the chat, that would be amazing. If you're not already subscribed to Busy, subscribe to Busy. And Sipping Key tomorrow, late afternoon Eastern.
Late afternoon Eastern.
Give me a time. Give me an Eastern time, and I'll make it.
Let's do 2:00.
And we're going to be talking about Netflix, American Nightmare, if you guys want to get caught up. And I don't know if we'll be able to be as funny because I think it's like my husband watched it first, and he's the one who told me about it. He goes, I don't know how much you guys will be able to make fun of it. I go, but we don't always have to make fun of stuff.
Yeah, it can be a serious thing.
Have conversations too.
And change the thumbnail because I changed the title. I mean, you make better titles, so make better titles. I just gave them an update of what we're saying.
My thumbnail's bad? What does my thumbnail say?
It's not about what I talked about at all because we didn't talk about the show.
Oh, on your latest. Got it. Okay.
No, on our latest, but it was.
What time did you say again? Tell me one more time.
The title I said was you can.
No, what time tomorrow?
Oh, we said 2 Eastern. Let's change it to 3.
3 Eastern. I'm gonna write that down. See everybody. 3.
Child, that doesn't mean anything. She actually created that live, you guys. Literally, she's the one who
I'm
created that
sick.
live.
3
So am
p.m.
I.
EST. I know.
Okay.
I know.
It
Everybody,
doesn't say anything but 3 p.m. If that's how you
EST.
took notes, I don't know how you got this
Shit, I
story.
dropped it. I don't know how I did either. Don't
Girl,
do
it
me
just
like this
said-
on Jamie
and
B's
then you're
birthday.
gonna
Don't
put a
do me
sticky
like
note down.
this.
You're gonna be like 3 p.m. East. Let me take this down.
What's
Tilly,
the
throw
date
this away.
tomorrow? 2. I need an assistant.
Me
Okay,
too.
here we go.
There we go.
Sip
Well,
and key.
there we go. Did it say sip and key?
It is. It's just bad writing, but sip and key.
Okay, there we go.
Sip and Kiki. Thank you, Busy Blue. We love
No
you always
problem.
and forever. See you
Talk to you all
tomorrow.
later. Love you guys. This was fun.
Bye. Bye, friend.
Bye-bye.
Jamie B says, why you gotta bring me into this? Okay. So tomorrow we'll be covering the American Nightmare 3-episode series on Netflix. That is a true crime type thing that my husband told me about. And then I feel like I've seen a Dateline for it before, but I don't know. Okay. So as we end this, I know we're coming up on 2 hours. I want to just peek into what Dan said in his press conference on his YouTube channel. If you want to catch this whole live in its entirety, you can go to Dan Giesling on the YouTubes. Let me share it here so you guys can see. And you can see Dan earlier, was it last night or today? 12 hours ago, he did a little press conference on Twitch and on YouTube. So obviously you can go support Dan. And I'm just going to listen to a little bit of it here and we'll roast and recap. Let me know if you guys can't hear it, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to.
We're going to take some questions.
Okay. I'm going to speed it up a little bit.
You know, this has obviously been, you know, my little secret for the past couple months. You know, obviously some people know. So I put some stuff together for a couple reasons. Number one, in previous victories, I've always been transparent, and I would like to be just as transparent, if not even more so, in defeat. But I appreciate you coming out. First thing I want to do is I want to thank NBC, Peacock, and Sharon Vaughn for taking a shot. Look, you have to remember, I haven't been on TV in 10 years. So when I got the call, you know, there was a driving force to get me on this show, and NBC and Peacock, and in particular Sharon, made it so easy to say yes. So there's a lot of things I didn't have to worry about. And they made.
I'm very happy that Dan did the show. I very much enjoyed seeing him back on television, but we're gonna skip ahead. I'm glad that he's given some thank yous.
We're waiting, or we're excited for me, you know, to come back and play. And most importantly, my wife Chelsea, when this opportunity came up.
Shout out to Chelsea. Yeah. Skip ahead. No
MI
offense. All offense.
The second, and the first thing I thought, or the first thing I really said, because the producers were there, I was like, did I let you guys down? And that was my number one concern. And when I said you guys, I meant like producers and production for taking a shot at me, but also you, like at home. It's like, you know, you waited 10 years and
you didn't let me down. There is nothing we like more, Dan, than seeing the Big Brother Kings fall to one of our Bravo babes. No, I loved it.
In my mind, it was like anything less than winning is an absolute failure.
I didn't need you to win.
It's just how I approach these things. And there was a moment at the round table when it was like, and it didn't air, but Kate goes, hey, Dan, you can't win everything. And that never really occurred to me heading into this. It's like, no, I'm going to go win this thing because that's what I do. So I'd say like overall it's a very humbling experience, but it was an amazing experience and I enjoyed it. And also learned like you can't control everything. You know, there's a moment you're like, okay, you didn't win. Now what? Like you can't control everything. But what I felt like I controlled was that I hope that, you know, you appreciate is I played as hard as I possibly could. And I never gave up and go down swinging. And I think it doesn't matter what I
did. He did. What I do like about what Dan did is even though it made no sense what he did at the round table, at least, you know, you see in all these like recent seasons of Big Brother, you know, you see so many times where people are just saying, hey, yes, I'm just going home. I like when you go out swinging, whether it is, you know, a dumb strategy or not, at least it's something, you know, but I love how he's like, I play as hard as I could, but it was so sleepy, Dan. You were so sleepy.
What I do, you know, if it's a show, like you're always going to get that, you know, so like I'm as much as I don't like losing, I'm at peace with it.
B Bean said, did Dan learn to talk faster? No, I sped it up to 1.4 because I don't have patience.
But I do want to be transparent about everything, including like all the mistakes that I made in this game.
Ooh, yes, tell us.
But it's not just mistakes I made. Like there were some really shrewd and sharp players in there. A couple of which I severely underestimated. So like just to say it was me making mistakes, I think is very foolish. It was me making mistakes and there was some smart players in there. The cast was incredible. I mean, the cast was amazing. and you know, you go in and you're like, okay, Janelle, Sandra, Parvati, like, got to get in with them
Such a
because they
good
know what's going
cast.
on, and everyone else, you know, we'll see who rises to the top. But there were some like hidden competitors and some tough people, and I think you saw that today in different capacities. But I do think this is like a age-old story of like the pride comes before the fall. And one thing I want to talk about before we get into like that in particular, is like how different this is than Big Brother. You know, Big Brother,
True.
you know, if you and this is for like historians and people that are super into reality TV, like Big Brother, like I start really slow. It takes me a while to get to know everyone. And something that's often overlooked is I make a lot of mistakes. Like I make a ton of mistakes. I've always made mistakes, but I've always had time to recover. Like, hey, you can make a mistake and then you got a week to like come up with a plan, then execute it and like change and adapt. And I also feel like I'm, you know, in terms of Big Brother, like I'm able to go and divide off and have infinite one-on-one conversations, and that builds trust. And that's how I'm wired too. Like if I'm in a huge group, like that's just not how I do my best work. And I think you saw that today. There's a ton of group situations and like in Big Brother, and if you go back and watch anything and people that are super into Big Brother, you'll see like if there's ever a conflict directed at me or a group situation, I would always remove myself at best, or at least didn't engage. But
this is a game, yeah, that Traitors you can't hide out in as much as Dan's used to. And again, I think that youth was on his side then, and he could play, and they no knowledge of his history in these games, so he could play that down like, I'm just hanging out reading the Bible, I'm just sitting over here, I guess I'm dead in the water over here. And now people know too much, and he's older, so now when he sits in the corner, people are like, that's creepy. Where when he was younger, I think people are like, that's just Dan, he's just young or whatever. But now you're older, and all of a sudden the stuff you did that was just like, oh, they're young, that's cute. When you get older, they're like, that's creepy.
Traitors is
it's the same reason that old people, like old dudes, shouldn't go to the clubs with the kids. You know, you can't be at the club because it was cute when you were 25, even if you were the same creep you've always been. But when you're 45, they're like, that's creepy.
Opposite.
It's not the same.
Just as I felt like, okay, like I started to turn the corner and like was comfortable with people, you know, I just made too many mistakes with not enough runway to like get the plane off again and recover. And I didn't adapt quick enough. So I have like a list of dominoes that started to fall. But before that, I do want to talk about like the competitors that I completely underestimated. And the top of that list,
Peter,
bar none,
Phaedra.
I completely underestimated Peter from a strategic standpoint. Like, you know, I love like being in there with Peter, super straightforward. But from a strategy standpoint, I'm like, I don't watch The Bachelor, but you all have this like premonition of bachelors. It's like a dating show. You don't think anything of it.
I underestimated him.
But he was shrewd and cunning and like took risks. And I was just like, man, he just flat out got me. And like, I tip the cap to that. Like, that's why I love playing these games, is to like, you make a move, someone makes a move, someone sets a trap, and he just flat out got
you underestimated your fellow traitor, and you knew that she came out of being the world of being a lawyer.
I mean, that's why I love to play these games. And like, we went at it. You know, there's a moment where it's like, we're sitting at that table. I'm like, I know he knows, like to a certain degree, I'm a traitor, but still, like he would still sit down and be like, all right, it's like, you're on the blue team, I'm on the red team. Let's find a way to hash this out. Is there any way to like figure this out? And I just like, I love playing against someone that is also making moves. And it was just like, I can say nothing but, you know, good game. And, you know, it was a great move, a great trap. But even beyond that, he was such a leader for them.
This is the biggest travesty, is we are not going to see Janelle and Dan and Dr. Will on our screens together. I really wanted a Janelle and Dr. Will reunion. So for that, Dan, you can go to hell, because you you are the reason. No, I mean, well, sort of. And I wanted to see a Janelle and Dr. Will reunion. And now we don't get that, Dan. And a lot of people have always wanted to see who is the better Big Brother player, Dan or Dr. Will. Put in the comments, my fellow Big Brother fans, who you think is the better Big Brother player and winner, Dan or Dr. Will.
And, you know, it's just, I have nothing to say but like, dude, he got me. But that's what I love about these games, is like, I'm not into like the fighting. I'm into like, hey, let's make a move. Let's try to set up some dominoes and see what happens. And he set up some dominoes, man. So it was, on top of all that, he's a good dude and was so much fun to play with. The other person I underestimated in a different way is clearly Phaedra, not from a strategic standpoint. Like, you know, recruiting Parvati was a strategic move because she's going to bring strategy into the turret. Phaedra, that wasn't really her strength. But I severely underestimated what I call like hand-to-hand combat. Like, she like completely knifed me. you know, I knew very little about Phaedra at all. Like I saw a bunch of tweets like, Dan, you should see X, Y, and Z that she did on Housewives. You know, I don't know what she did or who she did, but I did get to know her in the house. And I think that's one of the things I tried to do. And people's like, you don't talk, you're quiet. The context is within the game, but like I can tell you probably more about everyone personally in the game. Like Phaedra told me she had like 4 different careers. She's like a funeral director.
Yeah, she's super smart.
Some kind of like Ricky healer and a lawyer. And the lawyer part just kind of flew over my head because I'm like,
did he say Ricky healer? Is he talking about, isn't it Reiki? Maybe I'm saying it wrong all these years. You call her Ricky like Ricky Lake? He's a Ricky healer.
Ricky healer. But anyways, she really from a hand-to-hand combat, she's very eloquent at the table. From a strategic standpoint, like I always felt like we needed help.
No, I think Phaedra's strategy is working. You and Parvati are out there and people are already calling your ass out. Phaedra sitting behind and like Apple Charm, I believe it was, said Phaedra's best strategy was distancing herself from the other traitors. That's a hell of a strategy. That's a huge move for her. And to let you guys believe you are taking the lead. You guys are in charge. So then things don't fall back on you. But you could still get stuff done and you're still surviving within the traitordom because ultimately the only thing Phaedra has to do is make sure people don't out her as a traitor. As long as people are getting murdered and stuff is happening, then she's doing it right. Dan and Parvati made themselves a little too big of targets and did things that were a little more sus, trying to take the lead or the strategic way. But Phaedra's strategy was not to be so blatant and transparent. And that's a very good strategy. So I think still Dan isn't recognizing, it's not just that, you know, these other skills that Phaedra had, he's not recognizing how important her strategy was and how she played both you and Parvati to believe that you guys were actually doing more and to do more so that she could stay safe and under the radar. So I think he's still not seeing that.
But you know, I tip the cap to her because, you know, she really shredded me. And the other thing too is I feel like the people had never played these games before, like someone like Phaedra,
DGF.
like she really trusted me. And I can see like in some of the footage that she probably was like a little hurt by that, and it's understandably so. But you know, when I make moves, like the hard thing about this game was that I liked everyone. Like that's not always the case, but everyone in the cast was likable, has stuff going on, and Phaedra was not an exception. I really liked her. But the game's not really about liking people. It's like trying to get to the end. And the thing I got caught up in is like I saw her and I didn't see a path to winning the game.
That would actually be to have another, as far as a Bravo person goes, JBB, good point, to have another lawyer, Emily from OC as well. That'd be interesting.
With her in it, like she's insulated, everyone likes her, there's no suspicion on her, and everyone loves her, so like, and undetected, so it's like there's no I was focused, I'm like, okay, I can't win this game with Phaedra in it, there's no way. And I was so obsessed looking like 5 steps down the road, I'm like, okay, when I'm at that last fire and Phaedra's there, if she looks to any Bravo people and it's like decides to flip the switch, I'm toast. And the thing I didn't consider at the time, which would have been helpful, was like maybe Phaedra and I could have won this thing together. Like that just never crossed my mind.
How could
and
that
so
is
you know, that was clearly
shocking to me. How could that not cross your mind that you two could win this together? Granted, I think Phaedra would cut you in the end, but find a way to, because I do think she's that strategic and savvy, despite this being this simple housewife, just a dolled up housewife, honey. It's surprising that he didn't see that. He was like DJF is saying, he was too quick to have this like plan of like, how, okay, we're going to need to throw Phaedra under the bus, and rather than like protecting the whole of the traitors. Interesting.
Clearly, you know, not a wise decision, but what ended up happening is now I'm fighting a 2-front war because I'm trying to spend a lot of time figuring out how do I get rid of Phaedra while I'm neglecting the battlefront of the traitors, you know, like trying to fend them off. So, I mean, that was like clearly like the traitors is hard enough. You don't need to be fighting a 2-front war. So that was, you know, a huge mistake. So then I just want to talk about a couple people in particular beyond, you know.
Rodolfo says Dan joined the mafia with Matt and I. Dan, how did your game change? And I'm going to say for the worst when you joined the mafia with Matt and I. I think you did with Bowie, Jane, and I.
Peter and Phaedra. You know, one of the things that, you know, I thrive in these games is connecting with people really outside of the game and then kind of leveraging that in the game. And I spent a significant amount of time with Tamra, Ekansu, and Parvati. You know, I don't want to talk about production too much, but in the first couple days, like you're in these cars with these people and you're not allowed to talk about game. So we didn't talk about game, but I really got to know those 3 people really well. So clearly I was very aware of who Parvati was, but during that time we spent together in the car, I'm like, okay, like I feel like I can really trust you as much as you can in this game. And I trusted all 3 of them. And, you know, that's from like a personal standpoint, like a character standpoint, and also how they operated. So early on, losing like Ekansu and Tamra, which were not my decisions, was a huge blow early on. But I want to talk a little bit more about Parvati. You know, I always feel like in any game like this, you can't win by yourself. There's just no way. And I've been successful, you know, in these competition shows, picking one person, whether it was Memphis or Danielle Murphy. I'm like, okay, look, I'm all in on you.
Danielle Murphy.
And if I pick the right person, let's let this thing ride. And if I'm wrong, then it'll happen. And I never felt that way about Parvati. I always was like, okay, she's the person I'm picking, no matter what, like taking this thing to the end. And I trusted her 1,000% in this game. And, you know, and also like, I would be lying if there wasn't a part of me. It's like, okay, like I know who she is. You know, it would be tremendous from a like CBS or like a.
That is so interesting, Monica. Janelle saying that she figured out who the traitors were by who the cameramen are following and filming the most. That is how Janelle thinks. She's done so many competition shows that is immediately where her brain goes. That is a really good strategy.
Competition show standpoint, like you put me and Parvati together, like what kind of bizarro world does that happen? It's like I just always looked at her and trusted her and respected her so much as a player.
Dan got a crush on Parvati. That just proves that Parvati's Black Widow status stands because she can still make these men weak in the knees while dating a woman. I love it.
It was just
I
don't
forward
think
ahead.
I could.
Okay.
Is because she was the person I picked to put 1,000% of my trust in, and I just wasn't going to turn on her. I just didn't think I could win this thing alone.
Okay, so he didn't want to turn on Parvati. So that's why he went after Phaedra, I guess?
And, you know, I trusted her implicitly, and my plan was to get to the end with her. And who knows if that would have been I don't know. Who knows if that would have been a good idea.
Of course, Rachel had that advice, Megan. I love it.
I'd like to think that, but I wouldn't have been surprised. Did I know what Phaedra did at Candy on Housewives? I have no clue. The only thing I know is that people on Twitter said,
don't start talking about what Phaedra did to Candy on Housewives, but maybe do, because maybe that would have taught you something, sir.
Dan, I can't believe you didn't know X, Y, and Z about Phaedra. I don't know. I knew nothing about.
I feel like they know who the cast is before going in on a lot of these shows. And if they did and you didn't do your homework, if you didn't know who was going to be on the show, then I get it. But I feel like they did. And you should have, I would have done my homework and research, especially coming out of a 10-year gap. But maybe he didn't know beforehand.
Thing about Phaedra other than Atlanta Housewives. That's it.
And it's so easy now. You just go to YouTube and you can get like the best of Phaedra Parks.
Rooting for Peter now that you're gone, dude. I have nothing but good things to say about Peter. I tip the cap. Like, that's the thing that I love. Like, I love that like he's making moves. He got me. It's like I can't be mad at that. It's a great move, man. I've talked to Parvati. Yeah, I was impressed with Peter strategic. I was impressed with Peter strategically and as a leader, and Phaedra, I was impressed with her hand-to-hand combat for sure. All right, I'm gonna take a few questions from Instagram.
So I do feel like he's still underestimating Phaedra. I really do. Peter had, now granted, Peter did. That was a great little strategy to throw out there to be like, let's lie to them about the shields because I didn't even think about that. But I still feel like in the long run, what Phaedra has done this entire game is more than hand-to-hand combat. And I think you're still underestimating her strategically in what she's doing. Phaedra's the type of person, like Dan doesn't speak a lot, but Phaedra spoke even less in those things. And that is the people you have to watch for, because people that feel like they have to talk a lot, they don't tend to, you kind of know where they're going. And with Phaedra, you gotta question if someone who's that smart with a background as a lawyer and all this stuff is letting you make the moves. Well, why is she letting me call shots? How is that benefiting her? So I feel like Dan should have looked more at what Phaedra was doing to be like, oh, that's a strategy. Shut up, Andrew said. Phaedra said she didn't even know Sheree was Cass. I thought you were saying like while filming the show. That would be hilarious because I think Sheree doesn't even know she's cast half the time. Shout out to Sheree. No offense, all offense. But you're talking about before the season. Phaedra didn't know. Okay, so maybe they didn't know. They didn't know. Yeah, I think he's still not giving Phaedra her flowers that she deserves because she's been carrying this damn show. And Peter, that was a great strategy and it created a wonderful episode. But we haven't seen that Peter. You know what I mean? So this is new for Peter. Phaedra's been doing this since day one on this show.
If you're on Twitch, at me so I can. Am I gonna have anyone else from the Traitors on the podcast? I hope to for sure. Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like I saw stuff on Twitter about like, oh, like Peter's the Bachelor. Like you're getting got by the Bachelor. He's smart. He's a smart dude, man. It's not like he had me fooled. You know, like the guy is an intelligent individual, and I like him a lot.
Oh, I want to see her join in.
Yeah, though the interesting thing for me about John was very vocal. Like even in that last round table, like he came after me too, and you know, John was very vocal in the house. When Peter told you he trusted you by telling you he had the shield, why didn't it raise alarm bells that night? The reason it didn't raise alarm bells is because I was stunned from Janelle coming after me, and like if you weren't here earlier, I was shocked when I was watching the episode back and Parvati's like, he's tricking us. This is a bad idea. Let's do something safe. And in my head, I was watching that for the first time. Like I didn't.
You were like, no way, Peter could do that. What, does Sandra join? Oh, you guys said that.
It's the murder. I'm just telling you, I'm like, how do we get her up here? Because
I wanted to be a traitor so bad, but I keep saying,
I knew Sandra wanted to be a traitor. Sandra would have been a great traitor.
like when I listen to you and Parv and Phaedra talk and explain everything, I'm like, I know why they picked them because they're not blunt and they don't just blurt it out like I do. I just say it, and that's
Sandra's a lot like Janelle, being blunt, blurted out, call it as she sees it. So I could see too what she's saying, why they picked them over her or Janelle.
it, where you guys have like 2 or 3 or 4 sentences as to why you do something. So I love that you guys are the traitors.
well, it was an amazing cast, and like I just want to let you know, like I genuinely, because I know sometimes like you do these shows and you're like, oh, like I genuinely enjoyed like hanging with you, and I felt like, oh, hey, you want to say hi, Sandra? Yeah. Oh, my wife came down because.
Oh, hi, cute wife.
my wife, Chelsea.
Oh, his wife's cute.
I appreciate that. One day we're gonna meet when we go to California.
For sure. I appreciate how real you are.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
You know,
that.
she wants
Sandra's like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, can we get back to the interview? I only got so much time. Sandra's head healed. I love it. I love Sandra.
Survivor twice.
Yeah, no. You're a badass.
She's so Michigan. You're a badass. You're a badass. She got a little accent. Did he just? His wife just said she's a huge fan and wanted to come in and say hi. Sandra won Survivor twice. Dan, she said she was. Did he?
Appreciate how real you
Did
are.
he just Survivor splain to his wife?
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
You know
that.
she won Survivor twice.
Yeah, no. You're a badass.
Thank you.
Damn.
She came all the way down to say that, but we're
Oh my
watching.
God.
She's like, Sandra's my favorite. I'm like, she's mine too. Just because like in that arena, like you're so real.
Sandra's
You know what I mean?
everyone's
It's not like
favorite.
you're not putting on an act. At least I didn't feel like that. But no.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask me what was I doing, and I'm like, I'm playing Survivor. I want everyone to like me because on Survivor, they're not going to give you the $1 million if they don't like you. Just like on the Traitors, if they don't like you, they're going to banish you or murder you. And I didn't want that to happen to me. But I have another thing for you to tell them. Remember when they tried to put you in that ugly suit? You remember that?
I wasn't gonna bring anything.
I thought they did put him in the ugly suit, the purple one. Bam, bam, bam.
That's the only time you tell it because I didn't want to bring it up because it's like a little bit. We'll just tell. So they tried to put me in a suit. Describe what the suit looked like.
It was ugly. It was really ugly, and I could understand why you were like, I'm not gonna put that suit on. And I was laughing like, oh shit, they're gonna force him to put that suit on. But you stuck to your guns and you're like, I have my own clothes. Which for me, that was an issue too, because I guess they really didn't like a lot of my wardrobe. But because I'm a size 12 in the UK is like, I guess maybe a 16 to them, to where they were bringing me 12s and they wouldn't even button up or zip.
I love that the UK US size discrepancy. That's crazy because just like traveling over there and buying stuff, I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, Americans, we have a whole different idea of
And
size.
I'm like, hey, I have breasts. I can't even get the zipper up. So you know,
I
but,
saw you in this episode with that like orange like deal, and I'm like, okay, Sandra.
oh, that was mine. All my
I knew that was-
ponchos are mine. But I guess they didn't like my style too much. But I'm just always like in sweats and I'm
Sandra's style is so like, Sandra is like, she's apartment 9. You gotta love Sandra. All of Sandra's outfits this season, I'm like, no, but that's Sandra. That's Sandra. Sandra's like, I don't care. She wanted to be comfy and she's gonna have a blouse or a poncho and you gotta deal with it.
Under Armour shirts and I'm just chilling.
Oh, you're great, man. And like for my wife to come down for something like this, like she doesn't do that stuff, but I know she really wanted to meet you and say hi. So thanks for coming on, Sandra. We got to talk to you. I'll see you next week.
Yep. We will see each other next week. All right, I'll get off.
Oh, they must be doing the reunion next week, you guys. Maybe it's the Traitors reunion next week. That must be what's happening. Okay, we're well over 2 hours. I gotta take the dogs outside. Yeah, she's struggles with the style, but I love Sandra so much. So you guys, this has been really fun. Thank you for your patience as I get well. But I'll, I know we're missing an episode 5 recap. Let me know in the comment section or chat if you want me to do a separate live for episode 5 sometime this week before episode 7 airs, or if you're fine, if we should just go forward, move on, do episode 7. But I want to make sure that I give you guys all the content you deserve. So if you want to watch that full interview, it's long. It's like an hour and 14 minutes. I say that as I'm on live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. You can go over to Dan Giesling's YouTube channel or check him out on Twitch, where I think he airs both of those things. Shout out to Busy Blue for joining me, you guys. Please sub to my friend Busy Blue, and also our secondary channel, Sip and Key. That's SIP and KI. And tomorrow we will be going live about the American Nightmare series on Netflix. Okay. All right. So a lot of you guys are saying episode 5, but put it in the comments after the video post, because then I'll see if I have enough comments that want me to, then I'll do it. And if people are like, nah, I'm over episode 5, then I won't do it. So comment, shout out to all of my super chatters today. Jamie B, happy birthday again. Jamie B, we love you so much. And thank you for being a member for 32 months. Chickenhead, thank you. Evelyn, Christian, Monica. I also want to give some shout outs to, I really do appreciate you guys' support. I had some super thanks that came in, which is once the video posts, it's like a super chat after the video post. Shout out to Penny. Thank you so much for the super thanks. Rones, thank you so much for the super thanks. Chickenhead, you gave me a super thanks. Steven coming in with the super thanks. Appreciate you guys so very much. And all those who hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, thanks for just being here and liking the video and all that stuff. Hit the like on your way out, and I will be back very soon. And like I always say, you guys, enjoy yourself, because it's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you see.